The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
What?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You ping.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to NFL. No, I'm sorry. I'm so jacked up. You're at the Thunderdome on NFL Week 6 kickoff Thursday, October 10, 2024. This program starts now. Football! It is awesome, and we have a massive game this evening in the NFC West as the San Francisco 49ers take on the Seattle Seahawks. Niners on the road, favored by 3.5. Brock Purdy, their offense has been good. Have they been great? Chuck Pagano is going to break it down in a matter of moments, taking on Geno Smith in the Seattle Seahawks in prime time. I can't wait for Week 6 to kick off because that means that we are in for some fantastic football over the next 4 days. And don't look now, football is also happening on Wednesday nights. Jacksonville State kicked some ass last night, and football is kind of all-encompassing, including, the storylines that came from yesterday's conversation with Aaron Rodgers, what's happening with the Jets, what's happening in Pittsburgh with the quarterbacks, what's happening in college football. There's so much to chat about today. We can't wait to dive into all of it. Michael Lombardi will be joining us. He's fresh off a call-out from Max Crosby.
That's right.
Yep.
Pretty awesome.
Hey, let's start listing people in the NFL that we don't want to hate us. 1, Max Crosby. Mm-hmm. Okay. 2, Christian Wilkins probably.
For sure. Probably.
Yeah, and then tied for 3. There's a lot of them. Yeah. But Max, Bob Spillane. The entire thing. Anyways, Michael Lombardi will answer that and then also give us some thoughts that we should be thinking about as we pick games going into this Week 6. He's been batting rather well for us whenever he's picking games, which is awesome news because the public has been getting their asses beat this year. But this past weekend, it might have turned around a little bit. We'll also be joined by Shams Charania. His first day as senior NBA insider for
you. Shams.
He's been on every show today. He's been on every Sports Center.
Crushing it.
First Take.
Wide.
Yep. Get Up.
Wide.
He'll be on our show. He's going to be on Sports Center again.
Wide.
It's kind of a welcome to ESPN. This is Shams Charania, senior NBA insider. I think some people having their first conversations with him, both on air and off air, are going to learn that he's a sweet boy.
Oh, sweet boy. The nicest.
He is a sweet boy. Great work ethic. Mm-hmm. And he will show up for you whenever you need him. He's doing that for us today, but he's talked about the same things in every single year. Yeah, he broke the Danny Green retirement in the last hour. Congratulations to Shams and to Danny Green on a hell of a career.
Unbelievable.
Drafted in 2009. He retires today. Shams broke that on First Take today. He'll be chatting with us about whatever he didn't talk about all day. Mm-hmm. Basically, we just wanted to be a part of his first day at ESPN. So we will be chatting with Shams, and I can't wait to bring up some stuff like Zion Williams.
Whoa.
What about Wemby over there?
Of course.
How about Josh Shams? Let's go ahead and deliver some home runs in your first day at ESPN. Then in the third hour on YouTube and ESPN Plus and TikTok Live, we'll be joined by Pat Cavanaugh.
Okay.
You know Pat Cavanaugh?
Lacrosse guy.
Yeah, that guy.
This guy. Cavanaugh, royal family of lacrosse.
Of course.
Obviously, go over to Notre Dame, turn them into a complete dynasty. I gave a speech to the team. They gave me a helmet. They gave me a stick. We won a national championship again. And feels like I'm part of the family. But the family that they're competing for is the United States of America right now. I guess in preparation for the Olympics, because lacrosse is going to be in the Olympics.
Hell yeah.
It's a sixes, lacrosse sixes. It's 6-on-6 as opposed to
like rugby?
full field. So there's like a USA training camp happening here in Indianapolis this weekend. And then they're taking on like other countries are having their training camps here as well in preparation for the Olympics. I think they're going to be doing this around, I think this is the first one. And it's happening here in Indy. It's on hand up. This one's on us. We live here.
Of course.
We did not know this was happening.
Nobody does.
And then as soon as we found out it was happening yesterday, we said, we need a Kavanaugh boy. We need to let the world know because lacrosse is a fantastic sport. He's a great representation of it. And then also Liam Entenmann, who's his former teammate at Notre Dame, also here for Team USA training camp while they take on other countries in preparation for the Olympics in LA. He'll be here, and we're going to score on him.
Easily.
Okay?
Easily.
I've heard he's the best goalie of all time.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, he's going to have a chance. He's going to have to stop 8 out of 10 against us.
Uh-oh.
And if he does that, obviously we'll give away a bunch of money and lacrosse sticks and do the whole thing. But whenever we, for the first time ever, shooting against a lacrosse goalie, put one into a little bit larger net over here.
For sure.
A little bit larger net than a lacrosse net. We are going to dance in his face, and then we'll probably end up having to give something away or lacrosse sticks away. But nonetheless, great times at the end of the show, great times at the beginning of the show. Talks the Table is here at Boston Connor and Bruce Brown. Con man, got the hoodie on top of the shirt today. What's that all about?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm sweating a little bit.
Is that right?
Yeah, I put it on just because one person who, you could say belongs in a retirement home was crying about the air in here. So I said,
Why'd you put it on?
That's 36 years.
Why
football
is it not
coach
off?
Chuck Pagano right there.
Just to make a point about, I was going to put it on just to sweat, just to be in the freaking heater, man.
You were shivering over there. I saw when you went and put that thing on.
For those that didn't know, obviously, because you weren't in the Thunderdome this morning, Chuck Pagano delivered a message to me in the think tank over here. He goes, well, the air conditioner certainly does indeed work in here, and did one of these, and then he ran through his whole life, and then talked a lot of shit about getting pneumonia, and, we're in flu season and cold season.
Beat a lot of things, Pat.
And you certainly have. We actually turned the heater on this morning for the first time.
Yeah, it smells like shit.
In the Thunderdome. First time.
It's really good.
The heater?
I mean, the whole system here is phenomenal.
The HVAC system in this is very good.
I like to keep it chilly, I like to keep it chilly.
Everybody's in a hoodie. You got your deal on. I don't see one drip of nothing. So shut.
Whoa!
Shut what, old man? Why don't you make me?
No, listen. The weather's turning. So it's four seasons up here.
Down?
It is great. Are you guys gonna fight today? That would be great.
You were at that team meeting.
Yeah, I did.
Fireman's carry.
Right on Clyde Christensen. Had no idea. Gave a speech, about knowing how to do what you do for the rest of your life.
Hell yeah.
Basically.
Sure.
Like being who you are, I think, was the message. That's how I took it. He said, I used to do something.
Muscle memory.
Muscle memory. There it is. Yeah, I could do something until the day I die because I did it so much. And he goes, here, Clyde, stand up. Clyde Christensen, who's legend quarterback coach. Oh, you got it, Chuck. Good guy.
Topsiders.
Boom. Yeah, comfortable. I think he even put his notes down.
Polo.
Yeah, had his glasses around his neck.
Always tucked in.
Boom. Picks him up, dumps him on his head. Fireman carry. I've been able to do that since high school, just right in front of everybody. Place went crazy. I thought it was an incredibly athletic move.
I would love to dump him.
Go ahead.
Boy, that would be so fun.
That'd be good for a lot of people.
Maybe down the road.
Muscle memory. You know how many old people I've beat up?
Okay.
Countless.
Okay. Context, people taking that you have not fought any old people, but I think he is willing if you were to step up. Let's talk about two teams that are going to be fighting tonight. This is San Francisco 49ers team, obviously 2-3, and we went through all the people that are 2-3, and the San Francisco 49ers during the regular season over the past few years haven't been, flawless. They have certainly had moments where they're up and they're down, and then inevitably in the end, they always seemingly figure it out. This year, a lot of drama coming into the season with the IU contract, and then obviously Christian McCaffrey, we didn't know that was going to take place, and now people are wondering, is this San Francisco 49ers team going to be able to right the ship on a Thursday night football game against a very familiar opponent, now new coach obviously, but Seattle Seahawks going in there. How do you see the San Francisco 49ers kind of handling this evening?
Well, there's no way in hell that they're 0-2 in the division. You said they're 2-3, right?
Yep.
Come hell or high water, I find it hard to believe that they're going to start the season 0-3 in the division. This is like a must-win for them. You mentioned it before, 21 and 22 seasons. I think they started out slow, and then they always they find a rhythm. You mentioned Ayuk holding out. Big Trent, didn't show up to training camp. He won a new contract. So there was a lot of distractions. No CMC, but this Mason can roll. He's second in the league in rushing right now, only behind King Henry. So he can tote the rock. Seattle, like you said, they're 3-2. They've beaten Jacoby. They've beaten Miami. They didn't have Tua. They beat. Who was the other one for their third?
Bo Nix in his first
Bo
game.
Nix, and they had Bo Nix, Denver, his first outing. So they got off to a hot start.
Yeah, I hear it.
They got off to a hot start.
Fraudulent.
Then they went down to Detroit. Offense has played good. Geno's like they refuse to run the ball. They got a couple good runners that they expect them to run the rock tonight. Okay, and rightfully so. We'll get into that later. But this should be a good one. But I can't see San Francisco going to Seattle and starting this thing 2-4, 0-3 in the division.
Will he cover 3.5? I guess is the question we'll have to find out from Chuck later, who is coming off a loss last week. Chuck was 4-0 going into last Thursday night on Thursday Night Football picks against the spread, and then throw it out. That's good acting out of Chuck Pagano. 4-1. Are we back today? We shall see. Seems like you're giving away a little bit, but will they be able to cover? We shall see. Are you back on it? Well, how'd you feel last week?
Hey, shit happens, right?
That's right. So what?
So what, now what?
That's right.
What are you going to do? Have a pity party?
No. There's no pity parties in this. Thursday Night Football's coming again.
Gambling. It's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
I didn't expect overtime.
How could you?
I didn't, thought we'd at least win the coin toss. I mean,
come on.
Can't do it.
True.
Let's go to one half of the hammer. Dahn, Cowboys, AP Tone. Tone, tonight's game, is there a massive public?
Yep.
There is.
Yep, Niners.
Okay, and Niners.
Yep.
How much?
75% currently is what I am seeing.
75% of the public bets are on the San Francisco 49ers. They are currently favored by 3.5 on the road in Seattle. For the first 4 weeks of the NFL season, the public money was just getting their asses beat. Okay, the sports books were actually on a historic, legendary run. They were adding new chandeliers to the old chandeliers that they had hanging in their sports books and in their casinos. They were cashing in. Did that change this past week, though, from what I heard?
Yeah, so I think it was 39-22 to start the year. The first 4 weeks, teams that were getting less than 50% of the public bet were 39-22 against the spread in the first 4 weeks of the year. Last week, it was 7-2 against the spread for teams that were getting more than 60%. So the public got back a little bit last week, 7-2 on games where the public was on 60% or more. So I think it was a situation potentially where there was too many chandeliers in these sports books.
Oh,
so
they're buying houses to hide money in the walls.
Yeah, there wasn't enough money in the public, so they had to have a week where the public got back so that they could have money for the rest of the season potentially.
They're tired of hiding their money everywhere.
Yeah.
Too much money. How much money is enough money? Too much money. They had it all.
Yeah.
And they said, we got to let these people think
Yeah.
they can at least win. Let's go to the talks table at Boston Connor. You hear that? 75% of the money's on Niners. All of a sudden, we're back, right?
Yeah. I mean, because the public's winning right now, I do feel good about that. You want the public to win always. There are a lot of injuries. I came in here and I was puffing my chest about the Seattle Seahawks just because it just feels right with Seattle. They haven't been playing very well. But then you look at who they're missing on defense. You look at what happened with Ayuk last week, finally kind of back into form for the 49ers. But this is a birthday game, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
Ooh.
It is Geno Smith's birthday.
Holy shit. Happy birthday, Gino.
So that's something you got to take into account when you're looking at these games because,
In Seattle?
in Seattle on your birthday, you know how good Geno Smith felt when he woke up this morning?
Oh,
Holy
40?
shit. It's my
40
day.
today?
is that? No.
Has he turned 40?
No, he's
40. He's
I'm going to say
old.
34.
Oh, there's the
Coach.
pot. There's the pot calling the kettle black, ain't it, Coach?
I'm going to say 33, 34, 30.
34 today.
34.
Boom.
Okay.
Season
40?
bet.
Well, he's been around.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he is right for the moment.
Bingo.
That's
He's playing good.
Great.
Yeah.
Spinning it. You talk about that Lions game or whatever. There's a couple throws that he was making that were like, that is.
Laser.
That is. Though,
I think over 70% completion rate. He's got the most pass yards in the league at this point.
how about how many pass attempts? I heard you mention it earlier.
I don't know, 120 some? Maybe 100. No, there's more.
Definitely
than that.
more. Yeah.
No, over the last
No.
2 weeks.
102.
102 over the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
That's a lot
102.
of
Walker, pretty good running back.
I'd say.
I'd say, right? 5 carries last week.
What?
5 carries.
They're working him back. He was injured. Geno does lead the league in attempts with 199. Second is Dak with 191.
Okay. All right. Jeez. Grubb, offense coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks from Washington last year, then with Alabama for 3 days, I think. And then bang, we're back in Washington with the Seattle Seahawks throwing the rock. Geno spinning it. You have to be balanced to take on the Niners. Obviously, that'll be the tail of the tape later this evening. Let's talk about some stories that happened yesterday. Aaron Rodgers comes out and kind of gives his side of the entire Coach Saleh firing, where he was, how he found out. He said numerous times that he had no idea it was coming and that he likes Saleh and has always liked Saleh. He has said it numerous times publicly, privately, the whole thing. But obviously some people were set in their thoughts about what happened in New York, even, without hearing Aaron, and then after hearing, nah, that couldn't be what it was. And there were some people, actually, journalist people, who said, I don't want to hear him talk. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear him talk. And then they go, why didn't he say anything about himself and take some accountability? It's like, well, he did, you see. If you would have,
you gotta hear it.
If you would want to hear it or listen to it, that's probably a part of the problem. You don't want to hear it. Mm-hmm. So even if it is said, you don't hear it. You can't hear it. Well, it's not just sports problem, I don't think. Potentially
the world.
Sure.
Entire world problem. But nonetheless, the way he answered a couple questions about the future and inevitable change and everything led Adam Schefter yesterday to say, I think we all heard what Aaron was saying. He knows Donning's about to be the offense coordinator, and I think that's probably because Schefter had maybe a little bit of a source that he couldn't completely confirm the situation. So when Aaron says he's cool with the future and whatever ends up happening in all that case, that becomes the actual move. Downing will now be the offensive coordinator in sole control of the plan and the play calling. And we learned that from Coach Ulbrich, who is now the interim head coach of the New York Jets, in his press conference. And obviously that information is a big part of this. But also listen to the way he's speaking. I completely forgot about this. This is an opportunity for Coach Ulbrich here, former player in the NFL. I just saw a picture of him as a San Francisco 49er. Yeah. We're talking about a dog.
Look out.
Yes. We're talking about a dog. We got mohawks. We got goatees. Mm-hmm. Kind of an MCDC potential feel here as a former player. There he is.
Whew.
There he is. You think that guy's getting knocked back in a head-to-head combat?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Come on.
Now you see the beard he's got, but when he's talking, it's like, oh shit, this is a potential my opportunity to show that I can be a head coach in this league, and I think this is a wonderful answer.
Regarding the staff, after a lot of time to think about it, and did not make this decision easily by any means, I'm gonna make Todd Downing the play caller for the New York Jets going forward. And this is more a byproduct of a different take on things. I'm not saying it's a better or worse take on things by any means, but just a different take on things, a fresh approach. So ultimately, Todd will have the full say on the game plan and ultimately the plays that are called within the game. Saying that as well, just another testament to the human being that Nathaniel Hackett is, the fact that he's going to give us everything in his body and heart and soul, and he's going to continue to be a big part of the success we're going to have going forward from an offensive perspective. And just I feel so fortunate that he's staying with us. Here's a guy that's been a head coach in this league and willing to draw cards, willing to do whatever it takes. So the true heart of a servant. Just I feel so fortunate that he's on our staff, that he's in our lives, and I can't speak enough good things about him.
Okay, so that's Coach Brick breaking all that down. And what you heard there was a lot of different things. Okay, there was a lot of different answers in there with how he gave it. He gave compliments to literally every single person. Great work on the mic there. Great work PRing there. Great work checking all the boxes on everything, the tone of delivery and that. Downing is running the offense, okay? Hackett's sticking around. He's drawn up cards. Is that what I heard there in that particular answer? And then he said, this dude's just willing to serve our offense and our team is such an amazing thing. I think he handled that wonderfully. He obviously set a new tone, a freshness, a new path for the team as they move forward. And I think he represented himself as like a head coach of a football team there. Chuck, how did you see that response?
I agree with you 1,000%. I thought he did a great job. I thought it was outstanding what he said about Hackett, about being, servanthood leadership. Obviously, that's what Ulbrich is all about, and his willingness to do whatever, because guys could be really, really bitter in this situation. He could have been like, you need to get me out of here. You need to fire me. Otherwise, I'm going to be this miserable prick. Every single day I come in here and make life miserable for this offensive staff. Todd Downing stepping in a new deal, but that's not who Nathaniel Hackett is. So it was awesome hearing Ulbrich say that, and that group's going to stay together, and hopefully they can. I don't know how much different you can be, like in 1 week.
Have you ever been a part of one of these staffs? Mid-season fire coach?
That's a great question. Yep. Cleveland Browns.
Okay, who's coach?
So year 4, Butch Davis was the head coach. And we went down, got the brakes beat off us by the Bengals, like 59 to 49. We had some bad stuff going on the. It was just the beginning of the end, kind of. And
jeez,
you coaching defense?
You guys try?
Yeah.
You kept your job.
So, were you guys trying to play football that day, or
what the hell?
No. So
did you guys know you were playing?
So he got let go. He got let go with
Did they have film back then?
What the hell happened? Could they even throw it?
Yeah, so that's usually
They have a three-point
That's
shot?
usually what happens, right? In a game like that, they're like, okay, this shit's over. You're gone. Terry Robisky took over.
Okay, so what
as
happens
as
then?
the head coach? So he comes in, just has a presser. First thing is you're going to meet with the team and kind of set the direction. Hey, we got 1 month left. He told an amazing story. Want me, real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey,
He says, I got
Michael
a shovel and a bucket of ice. And he's up in front of the team meeting room. I'm going to dig a hole. I'm going to go right down to hell. And I'm going to pour a bucket of this damn ice on the fucking devil. And the whole room is just sitting there, and it's quiet. He's got him because he's respected. The kids players loved him. And he's like, who's going with me?
and what happened?
Guys are looking around. So this guy, that guy, this guy. And before he knew it, shit, we had 3/4 of the whole team. We couldn't fit any more up the front of the team meeting room.
In the hole.
Yeah.
And that was that.
They're ready to go to hell with this guy.
How'd you guys
Damn
do?
right.
Hell yeah.
We
guys
went,
win?
we went 0-4, and we all packed our shit. I don't know what. I'm just.
It's a long trip to hell, coach.
He
Close the
did,
Browns,
he did a
so.
great job, but that's what Olbrich. He's got to go in and sell, and he doesn't have to sell. He's been there, so the players know him. Obviously, you don't make a change and say, "Hey, you're going to be the guy," if that guy's not beloved and respected already in the locker room.
Yeah, I agree. In the messaging to other coaches, does that change too? Like, I think whenever, and I mentioned the situation with you your first year, whenever bye week you learn of the leukemia and then you're away from team, Bruce steps in as head coach, but it was like in honor of Chuck as opposed to like replacing the person. That's an interesting dynamic to kind of handle because everybody else got hired by Coach Saleh there too, right? So you got.
I think he feels the same way Aaron feels and the rest of the players feel. Like this is our fault as much as anybody else's because we didn't perform. As a coach, we didn't do what we were supposed to do. As players, we didn't do what we're supposed to do. We love and respect Robert Saleh. We love his family. We hate this for anybody in our profession. That you can't. Nobody's happy. Anybody ever, gets let go. So he seems like a humble guy. He's going to go in there and go, "Hey, look, let's circle the wagons. We got a damn job to do. We got 12 games. We got 12 games left. And name on the back of our jersey, decal inside. That's all we got. So by no means are we packing this shit in.
All those other coaches are going to rally behind him, though, right?
Absolutely.
There's
Again,
no-
I don't think they put him in that position if he don't have the respect of everybody in that building.
Yeah, but the decisions that are being made in that building, I think a lot of people are wondering about a lot.
Yeah.
So
Well, time will
I
tell,
believe
right?
in
We'll
Brick.
find
I
out.
believe in Coach Brick just from learning his story quickly and then hearing the way he addressed that particular situation, which is a massive move. That's a massive move to make, especially if you take any of the storylines into account. So for on his first day to do that and handle it the way that he did, I assume everybody's on his side. But there's egos and everything. There's a lot of egos.
No, and
lot of
that'll be the first thing. Like
Money.
And money and opportunity.
They got Buffalo on Monday night, right? Win or lose, there's going to be some more adversity down the road. And we always said circumstances don't make you, they reveal you. So there's going to be a lot of things revealed during this change. There's going to be a lot of things revealed about those coaches on that staff, the players in that locker room, and how they handle this whole thing.
And what's the truth, what it isn't. Do they have enough? Do they not? I'm legitimately, because their schedule, they just got done taking on the Broncos defense, the Niners defense, and the Vikings defense. Okay? So that's not like.
It's tough.
It's not great to have early, but then it kind of, the Bills are always going to be the Bills in my eyes. So I respect the Bills, even though they had a bad night. And Josh Allen was definitely concussed, which could have led to him not being able to complete any passes and going 9 for 30, which is a vastly different Josh Allen than anything else. But nonetheless, you got Steelers then, we're in tough. Patriots, okay, Drake Mayer, what's it going to be?
Look out.
Texans, Cardinals, Colts, we know. Colts in prime time.
Murderers row.
We get to see that all the time. It's very often, very regular. Colts playing in prime time. They're going to show
Is that
up.
their first one in 2 seasons?
Okay, are we loaded? Yeah.
They had a lot of 1 o'clock.
Seahawks, Dolphins, Jaguars. Nonetheless, that circumstances don't change you. Is that what you said?
Circumstances don't make you, they reveal you.
It's a good bar. It's a real deal, too. You got all those little coaching one-liners.
Yeah, you do.
Hey,
don't
keep
you?
chopping wood.
Hey, there's pictures of Coach Dungy and all the great coaches of the Colts all over Lucas Oil, the Loud House, right?
There it is.
There's one thing from my tenure
Hell yeah.
that's there. And that quote's up there.
Come on.
Hell yeah.
You're the man, Chuck.
No, I don't know. They must have felt sorry.
No, they need to put your face up there in the. You know what they need to do? You've been to the Loud House a few times. They need the window is cool. Okay, the window is really cool. But you don't really see anything out of it.
Nothing.
It's not like a skyline view or nothing.
No.
It's cool that it opens. Okay, it's very cool that it opens. They need to build a jumbotron in the middle of that thing. And have the outside of the window be the outline around it or whatever. They already have the spot for it. They have the space for it. Just because they got that tiny little jumbo
in 2 corners.
Yeah, but you know how many tax dollars that would cost?
Yeah, that's a great point. So if we don't win a Super Bowl, I don't want to see any stupid jumbotrons. Okay,
Hey.
let's see some wins on the damn field.
You're getting them. Joey Flack has the highest passer rating on anybody.
Joey Flack just went down to Jacksonville and lost to the Jags again. Okay.
Okay.
So I
well,
love Joey Flack. Don't
spin this into Joey Flacksonville. Okay, that is not.
That's what it sounds
No,
like.
this is Joey Flack, and he's back. Okay, he had a hell of a performance.
Absolutely.
Look at this guy. Here's a Sports Center fact. Joe Flacco leads the NFL in passer rating with a 115.6. You tell me.
Is he starting this week?
Is Goof still calling plays on defense?
Who?
Goof Bradley?
That's not his name.
Because if he is, then we don't have a chance.
Coach Gus Bradley is dealing with some injuries on that side of the ball.
Oh, yeah,
where's
we
the
all
ball
are dealing
players?
with injuries.
Where's the ball players?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
No, on that side of the ball.
What side of the ball?
On defense.
I mean, they're all over the
We've been
place.
saying that for months, Coach. Where are they?
Jalen Jones. You
Trade
got
for
Cross,
somebody. There's
Zaire,
players out
Forrest
there.
Buckner, obviously, he's out for the season.
Zaire,
EJ Speed, Dogs.
Speed. Yeah, Grover.
Kenny Moore was out. He was out. We're missing him.
Need him back.
Okay.
We got to get him back. We got to get Quiddy back. You got to get Buck back.
Handle
Kenny back.
Let's Steichen
Juju
do
Brents.
everything.
I mean, he's a good player, but remember, the number one ability, right? Availability.
I want Steichen calling defense this week.
I like that.
I don't know if he has the time to do that.
He better find it.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who somehow has enough time in the day to be a live show host, a podcast host, an author of books and blogs, an email newsletter founder.
Jeez.
He's a TED talker and also a guy. It's on the bad side with Max Crosby. Ladies and gentlemen, multiple-time Super Bowl champion Michael Lombardi.
Yes. I knew we'd get to that. I knew we would get to that subject immediately. It took you no time at all.
Had to.
Let me address the elephant in the room.
Thank you.
He's right. I was wrong. I thought he had a hamstring injury. And he's right to call me out because I was wrong, just like I call people out that I think are wrong. And so I was wrong on that. I thought he had a hamstring. He had a high ankle. He didn't deserve to be on the sideline. But where I'm not wrong.
Let's stop. Let's
Flip that.
hold the phone for a second. That was big. Hey, that was good. I like that. Let's go shake their hands. That's what just happened. Ray. Let's go shake their hands.
Look, if you're going to criticize people and you're right, you only have validity if you admit when you're wrong. I mean, look, that's what I do. You comment on football. I don't say everything's great. I criticize. I make an opinion. But when I'm wrong, I got no problem standing up to it, Pat.
Like that, Max.
Oh, yeah.
Worthy response, and I'm happy you two have put your swords down. That's good to hopefully. Hopefully you two put your swords down. Now you're about to butt that thing, which I don't love, but you're about
I do think there's internal problems within that organization, which was the genesis of our conversation. I mean, I think the Devonta Adams situation is brewing. I don't think everybody's happy there with what's going on in the building. It's a hard job for Antonio Pierce moving from interim coach to becoming the full-time coach, right? It's hard because you went from the substitute teacher to the full-time teacher, and now you have to have rules. You've got to imply things. They can't run the football at all. Their defense has taken a step back from where they were towards the end of the season. So I don't think anybody in that building, starting from Mark Davis on down, is happy with what's going on, and there's a lot of conflict going on.
Okay, what do you think the end result is for, you mentioned Devonta there. I've asked Schefter now multiple weeks in a row, does this help the trade or hurt the trade? For instance, Devonta to the Jets, which was seemingly going to happen, I think, like last week when we were having this conversation. They lose to the Vikings in England. Okay, the way the offense looked, where Aaron targeted Garrett like 22 times or whatever, and then Lazard was really the only other option, seemingly without the run game, and their offense is going to look different going forward and everything. I thought the addition of another weapon could be good for them, especially as they were driving to win the game in England, if it wasn't for the third pick. I asked Schefter that. He goes, he doesn't think that expedites the whole thing. Okay, so then they fire head coach Okay, Coach Sala. And I say, does that expedite it or does that slow it down? He said seemingly slowing it down because if your ownership and Joe Douglas, who's the GM, is on the last year of his contract. You just got rid of the head coach. Are you looking at the future? Are you looking at the future of the program? Are you going to give up a number 2 for a 1-year rental? Or are they going to go all in this year? What are your thoughts on the Devonta trade market to the Jets and in general? How do you think it's all going to play out?
Well, I think let's start with Antonio Pierce at his press conference yesterday, where he said, look, Devontae's coming back from the hamstring, and when he comes back, he's going to play a Raider. He's always a Raider. Why did he say that? That's propaganda, because he has to convince these teams in the league that Devonta will play there if they can't make the trade that satisfies their conditions. He has to say that. That's part of what he has to do. Now, he doesn't believe what he just said because they're trying to trade him. But they can't get a second-round pick. They're not going to be able to get that value that they expected back at this time of the season. When you announce you want to trade a player, this is like sharks in the water. These NFL teams circle, and they look for what's the best deal we can make. And they're just going to keep saying, oh, that's too much, until the Raiders decide, wait a minute, let's just get rid of the problem for basically nothing, then deal with the problem and keep him on the team. I think Pierce made that statement yesterday. We'll see if it comes true, but this is a hard trade to make. He's got a lot of money on his contract this year. He's got a lot of money due to him next year. He wants the redo. We talked about this going back to February. So to me, I think the Raiders are going to have to lower their demands, and they're going to have to eat some of the salary if they're going to want to make this happen.
I wonder what teams are still in the market, with Derek Carr getting injured down there in New Orleans. Is that still a place that would be in? The Jets, obviously, Aaron, I would assume, would very much still want Devonta Adams on the team. I'm sure Coach Browning would love to have Devonta Adams on his offense as well, but will that be a place that'll, make enough of a trade offer? You said they give him away for nothing as the Sharks circle, potentially, inevitably, if they want to get rid of him. What is that, like a 4th instead of a 2nd? Or?
Yeah, I think to me, when you're talking about Friday picks, 2nd and a 3rd, those are valuable. Those should be potential starters for 4 years for your team. I think you could make this deal probably if he gave away a 4th-round pick that had conditions in it where based on his play time. But it's, we're not baseball. It's hard to go from one system to another. Now, he could go back to the Jets and play with Aaron and feel like there'd be nothing missing in terms of the offense, the terminology, because even though the Jets announced today that Todd Downing will be the new play caller, the reality of it is they're not changing the plays. The offense is still intact. So Adams would fit in there. For New Orleans, I think this is risky if you're Mickey Loomis because you're going to start a rookie quarterback. We all know how that goes. Spencer Rattler's going to start, had a great preseason. But if you don't win these games and all of a sudden you can't give away a high pick, say you give away a 4th, now you're talking about the top of the 4th round, you got to ask yourself, and then you have $100 million of you got to reduce your team next year. It makes it really difficult to make the deal.
Devonta Adams could be a Colt, don't worry about it. Or will he be a Raider all along after a hamstring injury heals up, which is going to keep him out for a 2nd straight game over there. Let's talk about rookie quarterbacks. You just mentioned Spencer Rattler. He's getting the start for the New Orleans Saints. I guess that is official. Also, rookie quarterback getting their first start this weekend, Drake May. Michael Lombardi. Connor, obviously, incredibly pumped. This gives him a reason to be excited for the season again, in his words. There is just a couple things he's looking for. Give me some hope. Give me some promise. Make a couple plays that tell me the future is going to be very bright in the Drake May era, and he's going to be pumped up about it. How do you think this goes for him, Michael Lombardi?
Well, I think it's a tough situation going in against Houston, right? Their pass rush, the 2 edges are really good with Anderson and Hunter. And one of the weaknesses we know of this Patriots is their offensive line. So it's a tough spot to put him in, but he's at home, which helps, right? They don't, it gives him an opportunity to where he can grow into this role. They had to do this. There's nowhere they were going. Pat, they haven't thrown for 150 yards in 5 games. Not 150 yards in any game they've played this year. They've rushed for 170 in the opening game against the Bengals, but haven't been able to. So I think partly that motivates this decision, too, is Jaden Daniels' ability. And what we're seeing from Caleb Williams, how he's progressed, starting off the season to where he is after week 5. They've made a lot of progress. Daniels has been sensational all year. I think we see Bo Nix getting better. I think those situations in Denver, those situations in Chicago, and obviously in Washington have said, which it's now or never. We need to get this done. And you don't want to start him in a game over in London where you're traveling, and you certainly don't want to start him when you're playing on the road, no matter who it is. So to me, this was actually the best game to do it would have been last week against Miami. It's going to be a tough game for Drake May, but the movement that he can bring to their offense in terms of making loose plays with his feet is much better than Brissett. And look, Brissett got the crap beat out of him. There's no denying it. It was a hard game for him to play.
Yeah, the first few weeks he was getting crushed. They had the same offensive line for back-to-back weeks as well for the first time all season. I guess they did throw for 160 a couple weeks ago. Last weekend. But your point was still very evident about the ineptitude of the offense, especially through the sky. And you talk about how the influence of Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams and what's happening with rookie quarterbacks and Bo Nix getting a win there and figuring it out with the Broncos seemingly each week more and more. Maybe it's because these offenses are much more like college offenses now than they've ever been in the past. So maybe these younger quarterbacks on the field offensively are a little bit more advanced when it comes to NFL football than maybe in the past when it was two separate sports seemingly.
Yeah, I think that certainly helps, but I think they need reps. I mean, to get used to the speed of the game, to get used to what you have to do with the line of scrimmage. You could see it. Bo Nix started to play a little faster last week against the Raiders. That's the key. They know what to do. It's just not a fast way of twitching it. You just don't seem to play as fast as they need to. And the only way you play fast is to play. I mean, and look, it's dangerous to put a young rookie with not a lot of experience. The one difference between Drake May and these other guys, he didn't start as many college games as Williams has and Bo Nix has and Jaden Daniels has. So he's got a lot of catching up to do, and the only way you're going to catch up is to play. He's got to go out there and play, and it gives them a chance to maybe have play breaks down and he can make a play. But this line has got to get better for him to really to see what we have in terms of his true potential.
On that note about playing and getting baptized and learning and experiencing and recalling and everything like that, let's go to AP Tone, who has a question for you, Lombo.
Yeah, Lombo, the Colts drafted Anthony Richardson. He did not play a ton of games coming out of college, and now he got hurt, and Joey Flacco comes in, and he plays really well against the Steelers, and then he plays really well against the Jags. I don't think anyone's putting that Jaguars loss on Joey Flacco. How hard is it as a coach, as a GM, when you have this veteran who could potentially be playing better football than your starter, but your starter's young and is going to come back from injury? What do you think of the situation with the Colts and their quarterbacks?
Well, I think they have no choice, right? I think, look, Joe Flacco's the best quarterback. He'd be the best quarterback in Cleveland. They didn't even offer him a contract. He's the best quarterback on the Colts. There's no denying that. I think even Shane Steichen would admit he gives us the best chance to win. But we drafted a young man who's third overall in the draft, and he hasn't played a lot of football, and he's unique in his skill set. He shows some incredible talent, but then there's a lot of plays that are just not good enough. And so they've got to go with him. I don't know how they work around it. I mean, Flacco is a great signing for them because he actually improves their offense if he has to go into the game in terms of their passing game. But what they want to become, what they want to be down the road, they need Richardson to have reps. They need Richardson to play because he's their future. But, the Flacco story is amazing. It really speaks to perception in the National Football. Here's a guy sitting on his couch in Haddonfield, New Jersey, just up the road. Last year at this time, nobody can't get a job. He comes back. He leads the Browns to the playoffs, throws for 1,616 yards. They don't even offer him a contract because they don't want to upset their locker room with Deshaun Watson because everybody in that locker room knows he was better than Deshaun. So for me, I think Flacco has been great. I think he showed that quarterbacks, the more they play, when they get rest, this happened to Kurt Warner too. When you stop playing for a little bit, your eye level goes back up. You're not looking at the rush, and all of a sudden, you're throwing this thing down the field and making plays. I give Flacco a ton of credit.
Yeah, you have a different perspective too whenever you're away from the game. Do you think the reason why the Flacco stuff happens is because how bad it ended with the Denver and then how it went with the Jets?
Yeah, I think there's no question. I think Flacco, as people say, well, he's done, he's old. But when you watched him throw last
18 miles an hour. 18 miles an hour.
He was throwing. I mean, here he's running. I mean, look, I just think he's really been good for them. And Steichen, sometimes I question whether what Shane does during the game and game management, but as an offensive play caller, the guy's a really good play caller and play designer. And Flacco gets the ball. Look, he got the ball down the field for Stefanski in Cleveland last year. There's nothing more obvious than just look at Flacco play in Cleveland to what their offense looks like right now.
Yeah, man. I love Joey Flacco.
He's the best.
I really enjoy
that's footsteps, baby.
As soon as he goes in the game against the Steelers, obviously very bummed about Anthony Richardson being out because he is electrifying whenever he's on the field. But there was no drop off in expectation. It's like Joe Flack's good. We're good. Yep. We're good, and we were then. And then
the funny thing too, Pat, here about all this is we all hear about the Colts receivers, right? Well, they don't have a number one, and I know Michael Pittman's really good, but when you have a quarterback that can make plays like Flacco, all of a sudden Alex Pierce becomes a better player. Josh Downs becomes a better player.
Yep.
This is the biggest misconception about, you got it. The receiver the quarterback makes the receiver. He gets the ball to where he needs to get it to, and the receivers make plays. It enhances the game. I think, to me, Flacco's been great, and he shows that they do have talent at receiver. How often this offseason we said, the Colts need a receiver? It didn't look like they needed one against Jacksonville.
Wide receiver can make a quarterback's life a lot easier, though, I think is why you see some relationships blossom more than others. But Alec Pierce, yes, he's been playing his best football for the Colts with Joey Flacco throwing the ball. He's going up and getting the big-time contested catches as well, like this one, but he has 3 in this game. He had 2 deep balls and then that one there that were massive. That was what he was kind of known for coming out in Cincinnati. This guy will go up and get it. This guy will take the top off of it. They weren't able to connect for a lot, it seemed like. And then Joe Flacco gets in and boom, Pierce is down the field deep and he's scoring touchdowns. And then you brought up Josh Downs. It's like Josh Downs has the chance and the capability to be a real weapon at slot and at third down. Mm-hmm. And we always wondered, will it ever pan out? Will it ever pan out? As soon as Flacco gets in, Flacco's hitting him first 4 passes. He's like, we got this guy who's always open. It was really open things up. Michael Pittman, though, is dealing with a back injury.
Yeah, out.
I believe he's out. So we're gonna learn a lot, obviously, this weekend. All right, let's keep moving forward here away from the Colts. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Lambo, you came on here either last year or 2 years ago, and you talked about how Super Bowl teams, they start fast, and then sometimes they have a lull in the middle of the season, and usually they will also finish fast. How do you feel about these 2-3, 1-4 teams? There are a lot of teams, the Niners playing tonight, that I think we all expected to be better than 2-3, a quarter of the way into the season. Do you still feel that some of those teams have a chance, or do you think a lot of these teams have kind of showed us who they are, whether they're dealing with injuries or not, and they might end up falling off as the season goes on?
Yeah, I think let's take the Niners, for example. I mean, here's a team that's given up 46 points in the second half. They scored 46 points in the second half combined. And they've been outscored in the second half by teams, and they scored 47 points in the second quarter. The Niners have given games away. Look, we all know this. Every game's close. But what's happened to the 49ers is because their offense is so good, they play 34 minutes of offensive football. That's what they've controlled the clock with. And their defense is on the field for just 26 minutes. But their defense has struggled to stop the run. Their defense has struggled to really get control of the game in the second half, and that's been an issue. And then their offense hasn't been able to put the game away. And I think what I've learned through my experience in the NFL, when those problems are in September and October, they typically don't go away. And I think for the Niners, losing Hargrave was a tough injury, right? They don't have Greenlaw back in there in their defense. They're just not the same defense that we remember. They still have the great Fred Warner. They still have Nick Bosa, but he needs help. Malik Collins is a good player. He's a little undersized, but he's a good player, but they need more. And I think that's part of the issue. I mean, look, I thought this play here really signifies everything. They blitzed, they got pressure, and Murray just made a great play. And if they would have gotten him down on the ground on this before this completion, they probably win this game. But there's a lot of these plays in the last 3 games the 49ers have played. They've got to find a way to finish teams, and they haven't been able to do it. And that's the issue. And I think you see that. Like Cincinnati, are they going to be able to recover from this horrible defense that they've showed? I don't think so. I think they're 1-4, and I think people are going to go after them. Here's a team, Baltimore. They're 3-2. They give up 8.1 yards per attempt in passing. I mean, they've given up 45 points. I think it's 50 points in the fourth quarter alone. I mean, they can't get control of the game because they can't play pass defense. And I don't think that goes away.
On that note, okay, we talked about Niners there. You talk about the Bengals there. Then you talk about Baltimore, who is back in the limelight of being the team that can maybe go win the Super Bowl this year because everything they're figuring out. Chuck has a question about that, actually.
So, Lambeau got a big matchup, obviously. You got Lamar Jackson versus Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels, historic numbers through 5 weeks as a rookie in this National Football League. So I just saw where Dean Pease is back with the Ravens. They brought him in some consulting advisory roles. So to your point about, the defense, and because they're number one against the run, they give up 60 yards a game. You cannot run the football on the Ravens right now. They're used to playing from a lead. What do you see? Dean's role being with Zach Orr, who I think played for Dean, played for the Ravens, so there's familiarity there. And on the other side, from a defense perspective, does Washington have enough on defense to slow down Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, this run game, and not let this thing become a shootout?
Yeah, week 2 or week 1, I think it might have been week 2, I said on my podcast that the Ravens needed to bring somebody in to help Zach Orr. And it's not a knock on Zach Orr. Chuck, as well as anybody. You've been coaching 3 years in the league. It's hard to coordinate a defense. I thought this was really a bold step by the Ravens to promote Zach Orr to defense coordinator without somebody like a Dean Pease next to him. Somebody who could say, okay, here in the fourth quarter, this is what we need to do. They've given up 53 points in the fourth quarter. You're right. You can't throw the ball. You can't run the ball on them. That's what made Zach Taylor's decision in that game last week so maddening. Like he's trying, who wants a 52-yard field goal to win the game? I want a 20-yard field goal to win the game. I don't want a 52-er. So you got to throw it on Baltimore. And I think Dean will give some stability to Zach. It'll help him mature as a coach because it's not Zach's fault. He only has 3 years of experience. It's hard to do that. But I think it was a really smart move. I thought they should have done it after week 2. I said it on the pod. I think it's the right thing to do. They need this because they got to correct some flaws. When you give up 53 points in the fourth quarter, you're not going to beat many teams. Teams can come from behind, and there's no point deficit. They've given up 8.1 yards per attempt. They've only averaged 8 yards per attempt passing themselves. So they've got to fix that. If they fix that, then I think what Pat said earlier, they're right. They're a legitimate Super Bowl team.
That's a crazy backdoor cover stat there, fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's so many heartbreakers. I haven't really done it, but I couldn't even imagine the ebbs and flows of riding with the Ravens there, especially going into a fourth quarter. They look great. They have moments where they're great. Let's talk about the Washington team because I don't think you got a chance to really chit-chat there. How do you feel about that matchup? You think Jaden's going to continue to do what he's doing?
I think Quinn's done an incredible job. I think one of the things that Washington proves to me that they've practiced and they've gotten better every single week. I think they've improved their offensive line through fundamentals and techniques. I think their defense, we look at their team and say, well, they're not that talented, but they play well. And their offensive line's playing well. And this quarterback is really dynamic, and his ability to make plays like this throw here on the third level. I mean, that is a rare throw. That's a rare throw. You don't just, it's precise. It was done on the move. I mean, these are the kind of things that lift your team. And what they're doing offensively is historic in terms of their ability to score, their success rate on drives, their ability to convert third downs, their ability to keep the football. So they're playing complementary football with fundamentals, and they're improving every week. It's surprising to me this line is at 6.5. It's almost like a trap. Like, I don't see how it can be because they've played better. Now, we understand that defensively they have limitations, but they've been able to overcome it because they play from in front, right? It's an old cliche, but it's reality. When you can play from in front, you take away the defensive call sheet and you basically expand it. Now you can do a lot of things. And if you blow a call and you give up a touchdown, your team's getting it back. Whereas if you're always in these tight games like Pittsburgh's been in, one bad call costs you the game. And I think, to me, that's what's been so good about Washington. They've been able to play from in front and allow their team to excel.
Cliff Kingsbury dialing it up. Obviously, Terry McLaurin is top-notch. And then Zacchaeus.
Yes.
Zacchaeus Smith. I don't know if you saw the clip yesterday on
Zacchaeus last name. I think it's like Olamide Zacchaeus.
I forget. Wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm not trying that, Pat. There's no way you're getting me to
Well, I didn't know it either. So
no chance.
It's all of us, and we apologize for it because he deserves massive respect. There was a play Cliff Kingsbury ran where Wide receiver comes in motion, just a little eye candy, fake the end around, and then handoff power basically this way. And they score a touchdown on this thing, or almost scored a touchdown on this thing with Austin Eckler. The eye candy, here it is. Zacchaeus is going across there, number 14. He's off the screen right now. Eckler's down there. He is only eye candy on this, right? Only eye candy. Yep. What do you want football players to do? Well, chase the ball. He does. He ends up getting the fumble recovery right there. The guy that was just completely, that means everybody's buying in. That means everybody is all in. This is 1st and 10 in the second quarter, 13 minutes left. It's not like it's the fourth quarter, gotta have it moment. This is second quarter, backed up, 1st and 10, and they're chasing the ball down like that. Luke McAfee almost jumped on top of it. It's like they're all in over there. Lombo.
Yeah, they are. And credit Quinn, credit the coaching staff, and they've gotten better. That's the thing you want your teams to do. What Connor asked me about what these teams that separate themselves 3-2, 1-4 is you got to get better during the season. Like the training camps are so limited that if your team isn't getting better during the year, during the practices and making improvements, we're seeing that with Chicago. I mean, Caleb Williams the last 2 weeks has done a much better job in terms of throwing the ball. Now, they haven't been able to run the ball very well at all. I mean, last week they did, but for the most part, they average about 3.2 yards per carry. Swift hasn't really been that effective in most of the games, but they're getting better, and that's the key. You got to figure out what's our weaknesses, right? Like, let's take the Jets. We know Robert Saleh got fired. The Jets can't run the football. And, through 5 weeks, they haven't been able to run the ball. Somebody in that building has to sit down and say, look, how do we fix this problem? We can't go into a game and not run the ball. Our best players, Breece Hall, in terms of one of our weapons, we got to figure this out. And it's usually players, coaching, and scheme. And at this time of the year, you're not getting any new players. You got to figure it out scheme-wise.
Do you think that's going to work with the Jets? Do you think they have a chance here or no? Never really happens.
Think it's hard. I mean, Albright was doing such a good job of calling the defense. Now he's got more responsibility on him. And look, the change from Nathaniel to Downing on the calls of the game really are relevant because, look, the plays are the plays. The scheme is the scheme. They need more diversity within their portfolio. Their offense is too. I mean, I'm not speaking this. Garrett Wilson said the same thing I've been saying. They're too vanilla. They're day one install of the West Coast offense. They need to expand it. They need to be more creativity. How you do that? That comes from the game plan, and so you're just asking the players. Walsh used to say this all the time. It's not the players' fault all the time why we don't win a game, and certainly Aaron throws the interception at the end of the game. Everybody wants to blame that, but there's other things that go on. I mean, he targeted Garrett Wilson 23 times. He averaged under 10 yards a catch. Like, at some point, we got to make an explosive play here. So I think there's a combination. It's never just one thing.
So Downing might be able to bring that in. Mm-hmm. Downing might be able to do that, right?
The one thing they got to fix is they got to have somebody in that building that says, okay, here's how we're going to run the ball. Here's how we're going to start the run game. And here's how we're going to fix the run game during the game. Most of these offensive coordinators, once you stop, Chuck will tell you this, they all have reps. You stop the run early in the game, they'll never call another run again. And so that's what happens. And whereas Sean Payton, you might stop him in the first quarter. He's game planning to get it going in the fourth. He does it. You see it in his tape. So I think that's the Jets' problem. Look, if I were the head coach of the Jets, forget about all this who's calling the plays. If we don't fix this run, it don't matter what plays we run.
Well, maybe Downing. Maybe Downing's able to add in a little power football. Yeah. Mike Vrabel, Tennessee Titan. Vrabel football over there with the West Coast offense. We shall see. Obviously, that storyline is going to be covered closely. From all parties. There's a lot of different parties there that want to see different things happen.
Left and right.
Yeah, yep. A lot of different, but they say it's the same plane. But nonetheless, there is a lot of people that are going to have ideas and opinions on how this goes. If it goes really well, okay. If it goes really bad, there's going to be a lot, which is comes with.
The thing that's interesting about this, Pat, is why now? I mean, we have a saying, and I got this. This is from the great coach Bill Parcells. He said, "When a player shows you who he is, believe him." Same thing with coaches. Same thing with personnel people. I mean. Why didn't they make this change after last season? Why did it take 5 games to do it? Like, they could have had a better off season and done some things. And it's really not fair to Saleh. He had 5 games. He's got Buffalo playing at home. He turns this around. I mean, they're one play away from maybe being 3-2. So it's interesting the decision that these owners make. Let's be clear here about the New York Football Jets, right? Since 2010, Tone Diggs probably watched this. When the Steelers were up 24-0 on the Jets, they came roaring back. They lost the game 21-19. Ben Roethlisberger ran a boot play. They got the first down. They won that game, right? And so the Jets, since that completion, which eliminated them from the playoffs, they're a 34% win percentage team. They've been through 4 head coaches. They've been through 3 general managers. This isn't about just one coach problem. This is an institutional, organizational problem. And so that's what goes on. And the decision to fire the guy after 5 games speaks to the lack of organizational awareness.
How do you feel about Woody Johnson?
I mean, to me, he's the owner now. He was the ambassador, and maybe he goes back to being the ambassador based on the election. I don't know about that. I'm not into the politics of all this. But to me, he's yet to build an organization that has decided that look, every player that went to the podium said they want accountability. Every player. And so, either you're going to build an organization the right way. This is what's so mind-boggling about NFL owners, and it's why Bill Walsh said we're only competing against 8. At some point, when you see how poorly your organization has been run over the time you've owned the team, don't you sit there and say, wait a minute, we've been doing things the wrong way. Let's change.
No.
And I think that's part of the issue with the Jets. I mean, this isn't about we're going to hire Jeff Albrecht and he's going to be the magic wand to fix everything. At some point, you have to do what Jed York did in San Francisco and say, you know what? I'm going to fix this thing, and I'm going to go back to the old model, and I'm going to hire somebody who's going to come in who knows football, and I'm going to let him run this team completely. Whereas the Jets haven't done that. They've had the old structure, GM, head coach. And again, this isn't about one person, because when you fire 4 coaches and you fire 2 general managers, and Douglas is on his last year, and you're a 34% win percentage team over this time period, it speaks to something bigger problem than just, Bobby's not a good coach.
So it's either your terrible hiring, right, is happening, your organization, or your decisions that you're making personally that are leading to your building not being great. At some point, you got to look in the mirror, you would think, and maybe this is the time, and maybe Ulbrich does.
Hell yeah.
Maybe he turns it all around. Maybe that's what the move.
But one guy, it's hard that one guy to turn it around. That's what I'm trying to say. It takes everybody to turn it around. And in that Jet building, there's no culture within that building. We've heard it. The players have screamed it. We have no accountability.
Jets
how do you get accountability? The owner's got to give you the authority to have the accountability.
Hell yeah.
When the players don't think that. That's what happened to us at the Raiders. All the players knew that they didn't work for Chuck will tell you, they didn't work for the coach, they worked for the owner. So it was hard to have accountability.
Do you think Joe D, excuse me, Pat, I'm sorry, do you think Joe D and Robert were in lockstep?
I think no. I don't think Robert had anybody in that building to help him solve problems. I think Joe is good at picking players, but the job of a general manager is to solve problems. The job of the general manager isn't to pick the right guy in the 4th round. That's important. But the job is to say, hey, here's the trajectory of our franchise. Here's what we need to fix. Here's the culture within our building. How do we fix that? See, you can promote somebody from being the director of college scouting and he'll pick good players, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're building a good team.
Maybe this next era is their best era for Jets and Jets fans because Mets are doing it. Maybe. There's a chance, Lombo. You never know. It feels like the Jets are stuck in the mud. If you're stuck anywhere, you know what you need?
What's that?
2,500 heavy-duty Rebel Ram.
Amen.
It'll tell you how to whatever
truck, baby.
Yeah,
you need that. Everybody loves that truck. Everybody saw you in that.
Hey, it's powerful. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Lombardi.
Hell yeah, Lombo.
Thank you, Lombo. Yeah, that Rebel Ram 2,500 heavy-duty.
Don't screw around.
That thing will pull you out. They got 1,500 heavy-duty as well. What's it sound like whenever you hear that? Literally, all the power, luxury, and convenience you need in one powerful ass, good-looking truck.
Hell yeah!
How about the front end of that thing too? It says, "Hey, how you doing?" It's a good-looking truck. It's a powerful truck.
Clean.
It's a clean truck.
Change your whole attitude when you get in it all.
But then my Bluetooth connects very simply.
Ooh,
and that is a nice upside of this entire thing. Hour 2 on the other side. We'll chit-chat with Shams and AJ Hawk. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice.
We have an opportunity to give away $75,000 to a kid named Daniel Villaseñor.
Absolutely.
You're a sophomore, correct?
Yeah.
What is your major?
Civil engineering.
Okay, so what's that mean? What is civil engineering?
I don't really know.
Have you ever kicked a ball before?
I have.
When? Were you a soccer player?
Soccer player, yeah.
Okay, how were you at kicking soccer balls? Pretty good?
I was okay. I was good.
Have you ever said anything negative about football kickers?
Maybe once or twice.
Daniel! Damn, Daniel! We don't need that. You make a field goal here from 33 yards uphill. You're the civil engineer. You'd have to tell me, I think it's about a 40-yard kick. If you're able to do that, we will give you $75,000.
All right.
He's got no laces.
Yeah, what do we got going here? Can we get a shot of shoes?
What time?
Hey, a shot of the shoes.
Daniel showed up in his Vans with no laces. What time did you get here for this?
About 11:40 last night.
You need a lot of power.
Good luck, Daniel.
I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it.
Oh!
Wait a second.
Just like everything this morning, that was a surprise. We did not expect that.
Let's go. We got to do
one more kick for $100,000.
You got this, dude.
Let's go. How about this, Daniel? How about this, Daniel? Not only is this one for $100,000, if you make it, we'll add another $100,000 to the $500,000 donation we're about to make from College Game Day to the hurricane relief. It could be $600,000 if you make this, with $100,000 going into your pocket. Daniel, this is bigger than you. Let's make a kick, bro.
Way to overcome the shoes here. That was a heck of an effort. Come on, you got this.
In Berkeley, California.
You got it.
Oh! Hell yeah!
Great job.
Damn, Daniel! Damn, Daniel! All right.
What just happened? Are you kidding me? It's fun, man. 11:40 he was there.
I know. $600,000 to hurricane relief. $100,000 to Daniel. What a morning in Berkeley. Way to go.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this NFL Week 6 kickoff Thursday, October 10th, 2024. Hour 2 of the program starts now. Football is wonderful. We're lucky to talk about it every single day. The Talks at Table is here at Boston Connor and Bruce Brown sitting in for Ty Schmidt. Congrats to Ty and the family.
Hey, baby, Ty.
One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Tone is here. Tone, where's the money at on this evening's Week 6 kickoff Thursday night football matchup of NFC West Titans, Niners, and Seahawks?
Tonight, the money is on the San Francisco 49ers. 75% of the money, to be exact, is on the San Francisco 49ers. Also, a little fun fact about tonight, 49 is the total, or 49.5, something like that. It's a high NFL total. They're expecting a decent amount of points today.
Okay, well, the defenses kind of ruin an over party that could be on its way on Thursday night. We shall see. Also, here is a man who coached football for 36 years, 18 in college, 18 in the NFL. I was lucky to know him as a head coach. Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Burgoyne.
Hey, baby, Chuck.
Chuck, you're 4-1 on Thursday night football picks against the spread. How do you feel about tonight? You got a good conviction? Is there any waffling, any potential ass eating conversations that happen out?
That'd be fun.
No, 3 games in 11 days. for the Seahawks. I don't know if that's been mentioned.
Monday, Sunday, Thursday.
Whoa.
And injuries.
Early
And
in the season,
there's injuries on both sides. Both teams are missing dudes. So this is a war of attrition. This is going to be one of those short week deals. Who can figure it out in a short amount of time? And,
hair looks good. You got a haircut. You see how tight that is?
Yeah, it looks clean. It does. Got some oil in there, don't you? Some Italian
some
oils?
No, you got some gel.
Got some products.
Yeah. Gel? You use gel? You
Hairspray?
Yep.
Olive oil.
Then you lock it in, hairspray?
Show enough.
Show enough?
Show enough.
Oh, I love that. All right, joining us now, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell is that?
In Anakin, Ohio, is where he normally resides. A college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, Hawker.
Hawker, I don't know if you know, Chuck suffered a loss last week against the spread. First time this season. Obviously, we're all bummed out about it.
Yeah, I know. I feel like Chuck is trying to rope-a-dope us. So he keeps talking so pro San Francisco. I feel like, is he going to pick Seattle, you think?
Well, that's what he did kind of last week, didn't he? He kind of had some film that led us to go in opposite direction. Then he picked against his own film, or maybe that was 2 weeks ago. I forget what it was. But nonetheless, he doesn't sound like he's been waffling all morning. Feels pretty legit. Everything that he said off air has kind of matched everything he said on air here, too. You're picking up the same tea leaves we have been all day. But I know he's got some people that disagree with him in his office. Boston Connor looked Chuck right in his eyes earlier today, and he said, I thank God that you're picking the way you're picking because I'm going the opposite way. Yeah. Isn't that how it went down this morning?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I said last week I loved your pick because I like the opposite. And this week I'm liking where you're leaning so far because I like the opposite. And then I found out it was Geno Smith's birthday. And I said, son of a bitch, it's Geno Smith's day, But I left out that last part. I called him something else.
Yeah, that's very kind of you. Yeah. And you've attacked him for being older gentleman quite a lot.
At least.
Yeah, but it feels like you've been really ramping that up. AJ, I don't know if you heard in the first hour, Chuck wanted to fireman carry Boston Connor, wanted to go shoot a single and then dump him up over his shoulders, what he said.
I'd like to see him try.
I mean, why wouldn't you try that? I feel like that should happen, shouldn't it?
We have a show to do. There's microphones and stuff.
At some point, do it, and then someone, Foxy, someone get some good footage of that because I believe Chuck can do it.
Absolutely. I think so, too. I saw him do it to Clyde Christensen out of nowhere in a team meeting, and it was electrifying. Obviously brought the boys to their feet in celebration.
If the Niners win, that can be the cool little motion thing.
Oh, yeah, because he's acting now.
Week. Yeah, exactly. That's like him acting.
Did you see him acting?
Clyde was in way better shape than Con Man.
Connor's on that Stairmaster. I don't know if anybody, Michael Keaton might be watching this, trying to learn.
That be Keaton.
How about him on the other? Is that your Batman? Is Michael Keaton?
My God, he was awesome.
He's your Batman or what?
Oh, yeah.
So I got a text from numerous people that are like, hey, that's my Batman. I can't believe you talked about Batman.
It's so cool.
Michael, yeah, okay. That is how everybody kind of felt in a certain demo there. He was pretty cool in the show, wasn't he?
So cool.
Told a lot of stories.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. I didn't know what Michael Keaton conversation was going to go or be like.
He made that so good and so easy and so comfortable for it was like you guys have known him forever.
Yeah. Well, we certainly have known of him. Yeah,
no, you guys had a relation. It was just so easy.
Are you going to go watch Goodrich?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, October 18th.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton, Batman, Birdman.
It was awesome. It really was, to Chuck's point. It was just like a bunch of us hanging out at a bar, just like having a cool conversation. Like he was the man.
And he looked. You said that backdrop and the way he looked. I don't know how old he is, but he looks great. He looks really young. Glasses, clean.
Yeah, I agree.
Tight.
He loves
I don't like what just
happened. Sports, man.
What's that?
He loves sports.
Michael Keaton was awesome.
Yeah, like it was,
he
you're
was
chopping
so
it up about everything.
All right, let's move on to some conversations that are happening here. AJ, Adam Schefter put words into Aaron Rodgers' mouth immediately after Aaron Rodgers came on the program. Turns out it was right with what Adam Schefter was saying and what Aaron Rodgers kind of alluded to. Hackett no longer the play caller for the New York Jets. Dahn ain't going to be the play caller for the New York Jets. He obviously has experience in doing so. He was doing that for the Tennessee Titans. They got a big win over Green Bay Packers actually on television, and yada, yada, yada happens afterwards. How do you think the world sits right now for Aaron and this Jets? Because obviously yesterday, the day before, massive change comes through. Now you're on the other side of it, and it's like, okay, we have a game now coming up on Monday, and another one. We're going to be on national TV. We're going to be talked about. This is our job. Like, reality comes back and smacks you in the face almost. That's happening today. New offense coordinator. Olbrich takes over a head coaching job. How do you feel about what they're doing over there, and how do you think Aaron feels about it all?
Well, yeah, I know you guys showed Ulbrich in the press conference. I thought he handled it beautifully, how he, talked to it, kind of praised Hackett, because I guess Hackett could have taken off. He could have said, all right, we'll see you. Like, this is weird if I'm still on staff after you stripped me of the play calling duties. But when Aaron said, like, yeah, things are going to change, like it has to change, you're thinking, like, what can change, I guess. And this is obviously a big one. But even if the offense isn't crazy different from before, which you can't just all of a sudden put in a new offense, I guess sometimes maybe a new voice up there, a new guy calling the plays can give you some life somehow.
Yeah, and you can find motivation from a lot of different places, from a head coach that seemingly everybody loved there and enjoyed there and was hired to coach alongside of and play for a team that he was leading and everybody enjoys him. Now you're playing for him too, and now you can find motivation in that way. Or you could be Lamar Jackson, you could go to a restaurant that you've been told you're going to be in a private area.
Sure.
And then you can have an older white lady come over, talk shit to you, and then use that as motivation to go get a big-time AFC North win. Here's Lamar Jackson talking about a situation that happened in a Cincinnati restaurant.
We were just sitting down. It was supposed to be private for us. It was me, Eddie Jackson, Zay. We were just eating. And the guy who owned the restaurant just kept, letting people, oh, yeah, this person, I don't even almost curse. But, I don't know this lady, but it was a black lady walked in. She was just, yeah, I'm a Louisville fan, but I'm a Cincinnati fan. She was nice. She was cool. And the other lady come in, and we're going to kick your ass. I'm like, I got mad. So I'm like, she going to be the reason, we end up winning. I wonder how she felt after that, though. Because she probably seen it. One of her grandsons or something probably showed it to her. But, yeah, just be a fan next time. Just let us play. Let the guys do the talking. Y'all just be the fans, though. Is that what the stiff arm was for? No, it wasn't for her. No,
I do appreciate the fact that he acknowledged what happened because the internet saw it and obviously he chatted about it. For those that didn't know, here is a lady at a restaurant where he thought he was in a private area, but the owner just kept letting people back, which is a thing that happens. Okay, and it is, boy, whoever's local there gets a good pop in the moment. You do expect one thing, a different situation happens, and it's like, we're in it though. We're in their world. You got to do it. So Lamar had to sit through this, and then this lady comes up and says this to him.
Beat your ass tomorrow.
Who?
What
team?
Gonna be her fault too.
What team? She's hanging all over.
What team?
Yeah.
What team gonna beat us? Today, the Bengals.
A drunk Ohio lady goes into a private room where the Bengals are and says, we're going to beat your ass tomorrow. First of all, respect. Okay, massive respect to older white lady. Also, probably a bad idea to a bunch of professional athletes who, looking for anything. Looking for absolutely anything. AJ, speak for Ohioans, please, and this old lady. And I do appreciate Lamar going, probably her grandsons or great-grandson.
This is brutal. I give Lamar credit for handling it very well and laughing. Some guys are not going to laugh, when you sit there and put your arm on them and hang all over them, and who knows, I don't know. I give Lamar a ton of credit because that would have been a tough situation to handle. And honestly, she did. I guarantee you that gave him a little bump. They were excited. They thought of that lady at some point during the game. I guarantee you that.
Not only during the game, as soon as they get back to the hotel, you should say, they say they're going to beat our old white lady. And say, I posted it. Did you see? I actually posted it. Here's the video of this whole thing. That is something, just an added little. So whenever Lamar goes you just be you don't need to add shit for this Bengals team already has something coming. Okay, they're dealing with their own shit. You don't need to add it. I appreciate though that that's Ohio football right there.
Yeah.
I also appreciate the fact that the owner lies right to Lamar Jackson in the boy's face. Yeah, we got your private room set up, no problem at all. You guys get away, experience the city a little bit, have a nice dinner before the game. We'll make sure you're private. And we know that next time you come to the city, even if it's not during season, you'll probably eat here. We'll be very appreciative of that, obviously. It's a good relationship we can build. Instead, private completely. Except for my friends I just told you were coming. 3 people want to come in and take photos. Is that okay?
Let's go.
3 people okay to come in and get photos? That's how it works. And then 3 people, obviously. Well, they tell people.
Yeah.
And then, that becomes
5 more.
Now, all of a sudden, you're actually at a meet and greet, instead of a private room, and you're stuck in the back corner. And this is not for me. This is for friends who have scheduled said private rooms, and then what they become. It is quite a scene back there. Some restaurants are awesome. Some places are not. This lady knew the owner probably and said, I just want to tell him we're going to be his ass.
I don't even want a photo.
What confidence? What delusional confidence you must have.
I assume boozed up pretty good.
Yeah, a couple glasses of wine, head in there.
Could you see him?
Someone's got to pull her away. Someone's got to pull her away.
him running to the front with his phone out. Guess who's in the restaurant?
Oh, yeah.
You guys need to get down here fast.
Absolutely. Give a spotlight on the entire thing.
Not real smart.
Lamar's awesome. And once again, everything that Lamar does seemingly
Yeah,
is
he was
awesome.
actually kind of nice in that. Like, MJ probably after the game would have, rented like a 30-foot TV screen and put it outside of her house and just ran highlights of the game all night long.
Which wouldn't have been a bad play. And I don't know if MJ would have actually done that, but whatever humans would have done that, we love.
Yeah.
We enjoy. I do. I like that Lamar is still at the level in the stage of nah, because you get rich. He's had a lot of success. He's been MVP, obviously reigning MVP. He's been around a long time. Still has the
fire,
the fire sauce.
He's not satisfied with any. Yeah, he wants to win multiple Super Bowls.
All right, let's pivot away from the NFL and from old white ladies talking shit to Lamar Jackson in private rooms of restaurants that they're not supposed to be in, and let's talk about the NBA. Don't look now. There's a new senior NBA insider at ESPN, friend of the program, Shams Charania.
PMS, we've come a long way. I just want to say I'm proud of you guys, and I appreciate all the love the last weeks. But let's look at this background. You remember when I used to be in a spaceship? You guys used to say I was in a spaceship back in the day in 2020 and 2021. We graduated a little bit. We've done a little bit of graduation,
Yeah, you've always looked so incredibly cool. Now you're out on a pier, it appears, and in the big city, New York City. Wow.
Bright lights.
In a big city, bright
lights. Shout out ESPN Seaport District, or I think that's what it's called. I'm here now. We've been on shows all day. I know we're going to be talking about some new stuff here right now.
That's right, Sean. That's right.
But we're here. We're doing it. I'm proud of you guys, and I appreciate you guys. And let's get to it.
We're proud of you, Shams.
Co-workers now.
Yeah, that's right. Same network doing the thing. Let's before we talk about the NBA news, let's talk about your day. You go in there, everybody nice, everybody kind. You're on SportsCenter, you're on Get Up, you're on First Take.
Right.
Obviously, we were like, yes, we would like to be a part of Shams' first day at ESPN. We are a massive fan. He'll stop on our program. How has it been this morning interacting and meeting everybody? I assume a lot of new faces for Shams Charania here, or a lot of old friends?
A lot of new faces in new places, and also the staff has been great though. They've been helping me out. Dominique Collins has been with me, guiding me throughout the day. So shout out to her, and just everyone's been amazing to deal with, from production to all the staff. So I'm happy to be here. New faces for sure, but camaraderie and how we treat people, that will never change. But this feels like home.
Yeah, it is, baby.
Hell yeah.
Great to have you, Shams. All right, let's start talking about it. You talked a lot of Knicks today. You talked a lot of Lakers today. You talked a lot of Golden State today, which is obviously going to carry a lot of conversations. The more info you have on those teams, I think the better you will do. At some places, that. Let's talk about Zion Williamson. Hey, I need to know.
I was about to say we used to that was regular programming, and I don't know. I'm a little disappointed.
Ty Schmidt sent me a text. He said, Shams on all these shows, I haven't heard one single Zion.
What's going on?
I haven't heard a single thing about Zion. Obviously, Zion last year. Here we go. This is Zion. Then I saw some photos from him from Media Day. This is Zion.
Whoa.
Here we go. Are we in the Zion is megastar, all-star, superstar in the NBA conversation and era right now, Shams? Is that how it feels like, right?
Pat, everyone around the Pelicans believes he's primed for a big season, and a lot of that is because
triple-double, whole year, no problem.
In past years, at this point of training camp or early in the season, there's always been an injury. There's always been something with Zion Williamson where he hasn't been up to snuff. He hasn't been really at the same level as all his teammates as far as conditioning, where he's at physically. And I think now he's not playing himself into conditioning. He already is in great shape. He looks great. He's focused. He's ready to go. And that is a Zion Williamson we have not seen. Over the course of an entire season, he worked with the Pelicans staff for all summer, and that was very important for him. That was very important for the Pelicans. That's not something he's done in past off seasons. There hasn't been a single NBA season where he's come in to training camp and looked this dominant in the eyes of the Pelicans. And he's going to be all over the court too, Pat. This role that they're going to play him in, he's going to be a hybrid player. He's going to play the 4, maybe some 5. But hear this, Pat. I'm told Herb Jones is essentially going to serve as the starting center for the Pelicans. I think everyone right now, you look at CJ McCollum, DeJounte Murray, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, And Zion Williamson, a lot of people are like, oh, Zion Williamson's playing the 5. And Willie Green came out the other day and said he's not the 5. He's we're not talking about 5s. We're talking about positionless. And I do think there's some credence to that. But then someone's going to have to guard the other centers, and it's going to be Herb Jones a lot of the time.
Okay, I like to hear that. Thank you for that information. We are obviously massive Pelicans fans. I think you did leave out a part where you said, like, this is different than it's ever been. I think the reason why it's even better that it's this early is because last year, 70 games, okay? 22, 5-5 whenever he played. All right?
Yeah, the
guy is an absolute weapon when he's on the court. For whatever reason there, for the first 4 years of it, whether it was injuries or feeling as if he wasn't in shape enough. Well, he's done 2-on-2. He hasn't done 3-on-2 or 4-on-4, 5-on-5. That's what we heard through this entirety. And then, lo and behold, another season has passed and we didn't get Zion because he wasn't in shape. Now it's like he played a bunch last year, got a taste of it, got a taste of what it could feel like. Yep. He's experienced it. Coming into the offseason, he knows what he wants. Zion's about to be all-star. Let's go.
Go, Zion.
This team will go as far as he's going to push them. Obviously, Brandon Ingram plays a big part. They just traded for DeJounte Murray as well. It's CJ McCollum. Trey Murphy III, he's going to be a massive piece for this team as well. Like Trey Murphy and how he does, he's extension eligible. He's going to be in line for a big contract, whether that's now or in free agency. But this team, this is as talented of a Pelicans team as I can remember in quite some time. I guess you can look at the Drew Holiday, Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, Rajon Rondo Pelicans team. I guess you could debate which one's more talented, but this team, everyone in New Orleans knows Zion Williamson is their franchise piece. He has to stay on the court. He has to stay healthy. They finally believe. Hopefully this is the year. I mean, right, for basketball fans, we've been talking about it. We want to see Zion Williamson on the court. We want to see him healthy.
Hell yeah, Zion. Let's go. Go ahead, AJ.
Shams, what are you expecting from Ja Morant this year? We can't wait to watch that guy back on the court. What's his status? How is he looking, and how's the team looking?
I think what we're going to expect from Ja Morant is a revenge type of season. Like, people have been kind of forgetting about him and people around him. And I spoke to his agent, Mike Miller, over the summer. I was actually on their podcast, and he said how soon they forget. Like, how soon we forget. Ja Morant was arguably the face of the NBA at one point. And Kevin Durant came out, other players came out saying this is the future star, the future face of the NBA. But I do think he is going into this year really believing, like, it's my time. I'm going to take back what's mine. And I think that's the focus that Ja Morant has. And I think he replied to something yesterday about, like, how can you look at me as a bounce-back player? Like, Ja Morant has been there, done that. He's been an all-star. He's been an all-NBA player. Now it's about staying on the floor, not having those off-court things, which I think he's very aware of and he's focused on, and dominating on the court. And I think his focus level, from everyone I talked to around Memphis, it's been there this offseason. Like, he knows what time it is, and he wants to be back at the top.
Okay, Zion, young star. Ja, young star.
Of course.
This is where they should have been. Like, this is what we've been waiting for, right? Like, these two guys.
Hey, but we're here. We're here.
Made it.
We're here.
Time.
We're also in the era of, go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Shams, I'd asked about the Celtics, but we know they'll be there at the end. There is a team, however, with Victor Wembanyama and Chris Paul in San Antonio that their over-under for wins this season is set at 36.5. Feels pretty low. What are the expectations for San Antonio? And is this a situation where nobody really talks about the Spurs, more so, when Wemby's time is coming, and then all of a sudden, boom, you partner him with Chris Paul, and the San Antonio Spurs are a 50-win team, and they're one of the top teams in the West?
I think quietly what the Spurs did and what that front office did this summer, getting Harrison Barnes, getting Chris Paul, getting the veteran players on Victor Wembanyama, like, that was a stroke of genius, I think, over this offseason, because you needed some veterans around Victor Wembanyama. We know it. We see it. That team was not competitive last season. That's the bottom line. Now, I don't know if playoffs their goal. Is it play-in? Either way, like, that's around the range of what you're expecting if you have Victor Wembanyama, right? And we saw him last night, and, I mean, he looks bulkier. He looks better. And the way he's jumping, I mean, he looks springier than he was last year, honestly, in a lot of ways. So,
Huge.
I mean, it's scary. Going from the draft, I remember I saw him at the draft last year into his rookie year. He gained about 10, 15 pounds. Okay, cool. This summer, he's gained 20, 25 pounds from what I'm told. Like, he's making these leaps. He knows it. He understands it. His body is getting better. And that's scary. And I think getting Chris Paul, getting Harrison Barnes, those are massive additions to this team. I think if you're San Antonio, you want to build the right way. You don't have to set these grand expectations, but they're going to be competitive this year. There's no doubt.
Okay, let's leave San Antonio and come right here to Indianapolis, Indiana. Tyrese has a Puma shoe deal, so we're winning it all.
Made you look.
Uh-oh. Is that what's happening?
Tyrese Halliburton does have a Puma shoe deal.
Hey, way to go, Tyrese.
Yesterday, shout out Tyrese Halliburton on the shoe deal. Well deserved. I mean, there were a couple other suitors for him. Nike obviously was his previous brand, but he has signed with Puma, and I think this is going to be a big year for Tyrese Halliburton, of course. But we'll see what this Pacers team does with the expectation. Pat, what's the vibe like in Indy? That's what I'm.
Great. Vibes are great. Spicy P's around for an offseason. That's no big deal. TJ McConnell's back for 4 more years. 4 more years. Tyrese Halliburton, fresh off a gold medal, Puma deal, watch deal.
Toppin.
He's in the highlight. Yeah, Toppin's going bananas.
I saw Tyrese has been like posing for like. So was it sweatshirts? What is he posing? Is that the watch he was posing for?
He's a model.
Come on, Shams.
Yeah, he's modeling out here. Yeah, I did see that. It wasn't just a watch. Like he was in like a fit. He was.
He does Fashion Week as well. Yeah, of course, he's a man of style. He does Fashion Week in Louis Vuitton and things like that.
He gets in the ring.
Yeah, and he wrestles and he cuts promos and he's leading the Indiana Pacers.
Pat, my question is, does he have a stylist though?
Yeah.
Do you know if he has a stylist?
I would.
I know.
God.
I don't know if I want to out him, but I know.
Well, I mean,
you know,
God's his stylist.
Yeah, I think he wakes up that way. Okay, he's born that way. I mean, but potentially maybe there's somebody saying, "Hey, you know what's in? Size 77 jeans, dog.
You think?
Wear some penny loafers underneath those.
Get a cool button down short sleeve.
Tuck it in.
Get a sweater.
This is what I'm talking about. What? This is
a watch company, Luda.
Oh my God!
What, you don't like Christian McCaffrey?
Insane watch. That is insane watch content.
Oh, you don't like keeping time? Okay, new senior NBA insider. You're going to have to start keeping time, Bob.
Good luck.
Okay, let's not start a bashing of watches situation here, Shams. You don't want, especially with the way Tyrese was modeling.
Yeah.
That thing. Dude.
No, I'm impressed. I didn't expect. That is high level content. Shout out.
And that
Shout
means
out Tyrese.
That means the Pacers are taking it to the next step, right?
I mean, there's a lot of competition in the East, though. I mean, let's just be honest.
Sean.
Boston. We have Boston. We have New York. We have Philadelphia. But I mean, listen, I do think Indiana, what they did last year, getting to the conference finals, that is a massive step for them. And I think they're going to continue to build the right way. The good thing about teams like Indiana and teams like San Antonio, you think about competing, building the right way. They are not depleting their assets. Like they're keeping their young players. They're trying to build from within. And I don't see Indiana doing rash moves. Like this is a team that's clearly, whether they're going to make it to the first round, the second round, the conference finals again, or the NBA finals, like they're building something. Eventually, they're going to take the next step.
Yeah, and Tyrese is leading off NBA highlight promos, launching the season, doing behind-the-back passes. I think he was number 7 play on SportsCenter top 10. No big deal.
Shams, it's funny you don't even mention Milwaukee. Does that mean Damian Lillard really does?
Milwaukee, throw Milwaukee in there.
Shit. Damian Lillard hates his life.
Oh no!
Why are they?
This is live. This is live. You know, sometimes you forget, but Milwaukee definitely is in that mix. Throw them in there too.
All right, Shams. Congratulations on everything. We're excited to watch the season this year for you. I assume, in the new role, a lot more people are going to understand and appreciate the amount of work you put in and the type of guy you are. Excited to see you continue to grow, brother. Congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys from day one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shams Sharon.
Shami.
What a life.
Yeah, they pulled up his stats on Get Up earlier.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
18 hours screen time, 500 texts a day.
Yeah, they're just I'm happy they're doing that, like showcasing, like, hey, this guy, because Woj was around a long time. Mm-hmm. He did a lot of things. A lot of respect for Woj, obviously, in the sports media world, in the insider world. Every insider, they talked as if he literally was passing away because he was stepping away from the insider.
Couldn't even shower.
I thought he did.
It was...
Couldn't even have a shower.
So obviously highly respected in the insider world. We're not really in the insider world, but yeah, because the guy couldn't even wash off without having to have a phone. He had to make sure it was steamy so he could see the texts that are coming in. That's life of an insider. Woj did that for a long time. A lot of people, I think, only know Woj, only need to know Woj. It's like this Shams guy, he's ready for it. And we're pumped for him. I'm pumped for him. I'm very genuine.
That's his life. Shams lives to do what he is doing right now. I feel like he was meant to do that.
Yeah, and there's something to that about, feeling obligated to show up too for people. And it's like Shams has that trait as well. It's like Home run. Shams, good luck, buddy.
Oh, yeah, Shams.
Let's get back on the phones, though. Stop doing so many shows.
Is he married? Is he single? Do we know family?
I don't think
young.
that's
He's
po-
very
I don't think
young.
that's
Who's
possible.
asking?
He quit pickup basketball because he
Well, you
missed
mentioned the time that he puts in. I'm
Yeah,
just
he can't
wondering,
be
it'd be
married.
hard to have a family with the time he's putting in.
Well, that's like all these insiders we know. I think the amount of time that they're putting into.
Shams like 25 years old, right? He's really young.
23, I think.
Yeah, he was like
What?
I thought he was 18.
He was like a wonder kid. Started when he was like 16, 17, right?
Yeah, I think there was a story, and I don't know who told it, and if it's been out there, but I guess at the age of 18, like somebody wanted to hire him immediately. He's 30 years old. He's not 25 years old.
Oh, okay.
Somebody at 18 wanted to hire him who's in the NBA world. They couldn't get it through, so he had to go out and then do his kind of thing. And then now he's obviously senior NBA insider at the age of 30 in this new modern world, which is crazy.
He's going to be around for a long time.
Think about how much money Disney and ESPN invested in NBA rights. Okay, that was a massive deal the way it was announced and rolled out alongside NBC and Amazon, and Turner loses obviously the NBA, which makes everybody up and
bummed out,
freaking out,
very, very up and like not happy about losing inside the NBA and everything like that. So where the landscape was going to go, where money was going to be allocated to, from who, and everything like that, for him to get named that role at this time with the amount of money that's invested into it, it's like changed Shams' life forever. Like that changes Shams' life forever. That's why I'm like so pumped for him and thankful for ESPN for giving him the opportunity. He's the right one. He is the right one. Now, as we pivot away from the NBA, because it matters.
Certainly.
Big time. Starting Five came out yesterday.
Absolutely. Good on Netflix. You said it's great.
Yeah, fantastic. A lot of behind the scenes, especially with LeBron, even though, obviously not a huge LeBron fan. It is making me a bigger LeBron fan just because of all the behind the scenes stuff. And also Ant-Man. Ant-Man is electric on the court, and, his press conferences and things like that we've seen, the behind the scenes make you love Ant-Man even more.
Okay, so I'm excited to see what this does for the NBA. Obviously, learning more about the high-profile players in your league is only good for branding and marketing. I will check that out. What's it called again?
Starting Five.
Okay, on Netflix. That's available. The NHL is happening.
Ooh.
I do fear.
Did Pens play last night?
No,
What happened
they
there?
start tonight, I think.
Yeah, so Pens thought it was a preseason game. It was a miscommunication.
Oh, they did play?
What was the final score?
I think it was 6-0.
They played.
6 what?
Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't know.
I wouldn't describe it as
With the
playing.
Rangers?
Yeah, what's that?
They were on
What
the ice.
happened?
Yeah, it was like a Rangers morning skate. They just,
Well, that was the issue. The Pens didn't know it was a regular season game.
It was in New York.
Nope, it was in Pittsburgh. That's why I think the communication was. They felt like too comfortable at home.
Oh, softest
Sydney
barn in
sit
the
out?
league.
No, it was a preseason game. They thought Sydney did play, so did Malkin, so did everybody. Jari was in goal, seemingly doesn't know where a puck is. And that is
Home opener 6-0.
home opener 6-0.
Okay, so we can officially put to bed Hockey Town isn't in Pittsburgh then. We can officially.
I mean, that was never a thing.
A lot of good teams
That was
lost.
never a thing.
Hang that banner. Hey, if Pasta's up here, yeah, they did.
A lot of good teams lost their first game.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying if you let
Yeah.
in 6 goals, you will go to the playoffs. I agree
Panthers
with you.
started off well, right?
Yeah, they did. Bruins lose, though.
I actually
Bruins
heard.
lose.
I heard Sid Stain in Hockey Town tonight is going to wear a Red Wings jersey for the rest of the season.
That's
after
right. The
tonight's
Pittsburgh Penguins have another game tonight after losing 6-0 to the New York Rangers last night in our home opener.
Rangers, good team.
We will now
Great
be
team.
battling against the Red Wings in the Red Wings home opener tonight.
Oh, yeah.
In the Little Caesars Pizza home.
Yeah, so at
Can't
6
lose
o'clock, we got the Tigers. They can clinch a series tonight. That's going to be a big one. Then 8 o'clock, Little Caesars Arena, home opener, Detroit Red Wings. It's a beautiful day
No
to
one's
be
gonna
a
be there.
Detroit sports
You
fan.
can't lose that one. You cannot lose to Detroit after last night.
Okay, what the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to do today, they're going to be reminded that the regular season has started.
Okay.
Okay, these guys have all played in such big games. I'm talking Stanley Cup champions littered all over that fucking roster.
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever their New York Rangers come strolling in a pretty electric barn.
yeah.
It was electric?
Yeah, I saw
The
Naj and
seats were
Moose.
going crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't like that video was released publicly. Okay, Naj and Muth were trying to fire up the arena, PPG paints. They were trying to fire up the Yinzers, and the way the angle was in the broadcast without the sound, they looked like they were just up there, kind of looking dumb. That was not the case at all.
This sucks, man, because if this happens and it continues to, we're not going to give a shit about hockey.
Yes, we are.
I worry that if the Penguins really are what they showed last night, that you're going to lose interest and we're not going to give a shit no matter who is playing.
Don't you say that about this show.
I know that's what's going to happen. It's going to suck. And that's fine because the Pacers are going to be really good. And we're going to watch a lot of NBA. We love Adam Silver. We love the NBA.
Nah.
I worry that the NHL is going to take a backseat if Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins blow.
I mean, that is a very potential real thought, okay, by you.
It's one game.
Let's be honest. It's
6-0 at home. We had a lot of seats open out there.
It's October 10th. Who cares?
How many games do they play?
82.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
What do you do, Chuck? Throw out that tape.
Hockey left.
Call me in
6-0.
February.
I can't wait to see him up here on hockey. It's great.
Hockey is awesome.
What the hell?
Hey, good reminder, though.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I maybe
This
forgot about that as well.
man.
Me too.
We do. Yeah, we do have a segment. Hockey is awesome. We will continue that.
Will we?
All year.
Will we do it if the Pittsburgh
Can't
Penguins
wait.
lose 6-1, 6-0, 6-4 every night?
Can't have it. They need to start getting competitive.
We'll do it in February.
That needs to start happening.
At least Sid signed that team-friendly, very tradable contract.
Well, that second part of that entire thing.
That's a great point.
He does seemingly become very affordable for people. How about I was talking to my source, Sis, at the ownership level of the NHL, maybe very new to ownership in the NHL.
Okay.
And they were talking about the contract sizes and everything in comparison to other sports. It's like hockey's about to go, I think, because a lot more people are getting introduced to it. It's like, I'll be excited to see what these contracts. Sidney Crosby just signed for $8.7 million a year. Okay, Sidney Crosby, Wayne Gretzky just talked about suiting up out of retirement to play alongside of Sidney Crosby when Sidney Crosby was 14 years old in a Canadian hockey camp, pretty much, because he's been kind of deemed the next one literally since he's a kid, and has been that in Pittsburgh for the Penguins. Has had a couple injuries, but has shown up, been the epitome of class, literally, for the league, for our organization, for everything. And he just signed an extension at $8.7 million a year, and that has been the price because he's number 87, born in 1987, yada, yada, yada. You get the entirety of this all. So, what he has done has been amazing, and he will always be a Penguin.
I hope.
He will always be a Penguin.
To your point,
unless they trade him,
the Rangers.
He will always be a Penguin.
Yeah, our goalie turned down. I think it was $11 million a year. He wants a little more, a little less years because those goalie contracts, especially, are just going to be up and to the right.
Who's that?
Shesterkin?
Shesterkin's available?
No, well,
Shesterkin's available?
Shesterkin bet on himself this year. He said, I'm going to put it on tape one more time that I'm the best damn goalie in this damn league.
He said that? I didn't know he speaks that good. He speaks that good of English?
I might be paraphrasing a bit, but I'm pretty sure that's what he fucking said.
Okay.
And he's going to shove it.
That's the Rangers goalie who's
might
very
be tired of putting that team on his damn back every game.
Yeah,
too. He might be done with it.
Our defense sucks, and we're softer than baby shit every time the playoffs roll around. But hey, go Rangers, go!
6-0. You beat the Pens last night. That's not good news for us. Speaking of the Pittsburgh Penguins, I believe they play the Utah Hockey Club in Utah January 29th.
Okay.
Yeah. Circle it.
So we might as well pack up the ships and head on over to Utah.
We absolutely will. And speaking of Utah Hockey Club, one night they have as a hockey team. And they break a record that has been in the building literally since 1991. Most amount of money spent on beer in that building's history since 1991. Obviously, the Utah Jazz play in there 41 times a year in the regular season and then preseason as well since 1991. Quick math, 33 years or so. So the Utah Jazz fans going out there, maybe not as much alcohol. Hockey fans, you see the ice, you see the boys start running into each other. You know what? Let's get some beers down here. Let's go ahead and get after it in the middle of Salt Lake City.
Yeah, based on the things the Jazz fans say, I would assume they're drinking harder booze. But this is awesome when you're talking about, just the future of hockey in Utah.
I think Utah, I heard from some Utahans, which I believe is their name.
Brother?
No, just Utahans.
Utahns.
Utes.
The Utes.
No, Utahans.
Utahns.
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 UTAHN. Utahns.
Utahns. Like croutons.
Utahns. Utahns.
Utahns.
Is that what they are? No, they're Utahns.
I thought they were Utahnians.
Brother.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were.
That's what they should be. They love sports, obviously. There was a lot of them that said they're called Utahns. Utah
They speak
heads.
your language.
Yeah, they do.
Hell
That's why I felt so at home out there.
They might be the new Lot House if they're selling all this booze.
Now, you need to watch it. The Lot House is in Lucas Oil. And booze sales for the Lot House is impossible to beat because every week it is at the max amount of beers that can be sold. Okay, that's not Utahns. That's Indianapolis. But the Utahns said that they've been hockey fans for a long time. Now they have a team. Now they have an opportunity because they've been fans of other teams. Now they're all kind of rallying around there. They sold out what the license is for the season tickets in the entire building for the entire first season. Obviously, Phoenix wasn't able to do that. They're going to be great. January 29th, they host the Pittsburgh Penguins. Good luck, brothers. Okay, we're going to be there for that.
Boy.
And the Pittsburgh Penguins are still going to matter. Pittsburgh Penguins are still going to matter.
January 29th?
Yeah, where we're going to be trying to sit is the one that's overlooking the stadium or overlooking the ice. It kind of dangles over there because remember, this was set up for basketball, not set up for a hockey team. The hockey sale happens immediately. They're going to have to do some renovations to change the arena to get more seats in there. But this guy's literally hanging over the ice, got perfect view up there. That's the seat that we were going to try to be sitting in. I don't know what the price is for this ticket, and it's probably going up since night one where they learned like, oh, this is the
Best
spot.
seat in hockey.
We can't wait to get out there.
That guy's going to eat a puck real soon.
Yeah, no, you better keep your eyes on the game.
Got to bring a glove.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're in it, brother. I mean, that is the part of being at the game.
This stadium?
Sidney Crosby's going to actually bat one up off of the head of Connor, probably. And then he's going to score off of it. But that's Sidney Crosby hockey, and we're pumped hockey's back. Definitely worthy of a watch. If you're not a hockey fan, it'll get better.
Who's the star? Excuse me. Who's the star for Utah? Like a top name.
The Utahns. The
no,
stadium
the dude,
right
the
now.
guy on the team. They
the
scored 5
man.
goals the first night, right? They beat somebody.
Yeah, the rink general Gunther.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Dylan Gunther.
General Gunther.
Gunther? Like Gunther Cunningham?
No, like Gunther.
The rink.
Walter.
Gunther.
Ever heard of him?
Yeah, he's the rink general Gunther.
Okay.
That is who the star is for you.
That's their Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Except bigger.
Faster.
Much bigger.
Younger.
Clayton Keller is their captain. Nice young American lad as well.
He is a good lad.
Yeah,
He's
we like
a good
Keller.
lad.
We like Keller.
Phil's brother.
Hockey is worth a watch, though. If you haven't been a fan of hockey in your entire life, now's a good time. Faster, the ability to watch games is much easier, and there's stars, young stars that are about to take over the league. Shout out to hockey being back. Now, pivoting away from hockey, college ball has been showing up for us. Before Chuck gives his pick and before we fully break down tonight's Week 6 kickoff Thursday Night Football matchup between the Niners and Seahawks, let's talk about what's going on in college ball right now. A lot of storylines, a lot of greatness happening on Saturdays and even on Wednesdays now going forward. What are the college ball convos we need to be having, Tone?
Yeah, we had a big one in the SEC a few weeks ago between Alabama and Georgia. Now we got the big battle in Oregon this week. Number 2, Ohio State versus number 3, Oregon. Fun fact, that's what they were to start this year. They've taken different routes to get where we are today, but they are back to number 2 and number 3. They'll be in Oregon Saturday night, 7:30 on NBC, and Ohio State is short favorites in that one.
Hell yeah.
How do you think this goes? Oregon is, I mean, I'm watching that place. It is electrifying.
So
Oregon has been electrifying. Coach Dan Lanning, I think he's 38 years old or something like that.
Young.
39 years old. He's incredibly young. His team moves to a new conference in the Big Ten. Now they start out a little bit shaky. Now the Boise State team, are they better than anybody could have imagined whenever Oregon played against them? Possibly, especially with the Heisman being on the field or future Heisman, Genty. It's like if they have one of their down games, though, like last week against Michigan State, they turned the ball over twice in the red zone out of nowhere. If you do that against Ohio State, you're going to get got. And I think Oregon knows that. I think Coach Lanning knows that. I think his team is ready for the moment. But this Ohio State team is also built for the moment as well. AJ, as Ohio State legend, what are your thoughts on this Big Ten, big battle happening in Oregon between number 2 and number 3 this early in the season?
Well, I was actually on with Bobby Carpenter and Schlegs earlier. Bobby does a show, and I joined him today for a little bit and was talking about, like, this is an awesome opportunity for Ohio State. You get to go on the road and think about, like, what it feels like to go into a huge environment, a game with all this hype, all this buildup, and if you can go in there and get a win and take that long flight home, I think it's a huge thing for your team. You got to find a way to win many different ways. I've been reading that they think this might be a low-scoring game because both defenses are very good. So I don't know if that's going to be the case, but either way, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, you think Ohio State's offense is going to show up no matter what?
Yeah, I think they, with the two-headed monster running back and obviously what Jeremiah Smith does and all the other weapons, yeah, I think I think we could have a little bit of a shootout, hopefully.
I like the fact that Ohio State fans are feeling a little bit disrespected. You know, after giving up a touchdown, it was like kind of sluggish here out of Ohio State, even though they win by 28 points. Now he's like, they're saying that this is going to be low scoring. Is
that right?
Do they know that the Ohio State we're not low scoring? Like that is not how our offense is. Is that kind of the mindset from Ohio State people?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're very Ohio State people are very optimistic heading into this one.
Okay, very optimistic heading into this one. Con Man, I know you love piecing together parlays.
Oh, yeah.
I know that the Ohio State Buckeyes have been dominant. Have they played anybody? Is this Oregon team about to be a wake-up call for the Buckeyes?
I don't know if it'll be a wake-up call because of the fact that anytime Ohio State loses, the sky is falling. That's what we talk about every single week. So no matter what, every week it feels like they have to play well, have to win by 50. But whenever you get these games, like whoever wins is the number one overall team in the country, no matter what, both sides of the ball are going to show up. I can't wait for this one.
Coach, Chip Kelly going back to Oregon there with Ohio State. There's no feelings there? There is feelings there, or is that already passed?
No, there'll be some. Yeah, no.
Hell
yeah. How long's it been?
Long time, man. He played there before.
No, he's got
lost
a game.
them.
He's got a game to win. He's got his hands full because the defensive line for Oregon, they got a bunch of creature features on their side. Yeah, so I don't know anything about Ohio State's offensive line, but they're a load, and then special teams are going to play a factor in this one. Boise could have won that game up there. I know they started slow, Oregon did, but 2 kick returns for touchdowns. So keep an eye on special teams in this one.
Let's talk about Boise State, though, because it got brought up, and it's not a part of the college ball convos, although Genty is a part of the college ball convo because he's a legitimate Heisman candidate at this point. You have been pushing Boise to us and merch to us and Genty for a while. Boise State people surprised about what's going on with Genty, or is this expected?
It's expected, but, I mean, the first play of last week's game, he goes 65. And then he runs a couple up the middle, and a couple series later, he goes 75, breaks another 10 tackles. The guy is just phenomenal.
He's not playing
full games. And then he
games.
doesn't play 2 halves, right?
Yeah,
Portland, he didn't play the second half, and then we didn't play him in this one. I understand there's some gamblers that got a little upset on an over-under on rush yards, but the guy is just, yeah. I mean, you're up 45-17, against Utah State. There's no reason to keep the kid, and he's a selfless kid, so it's not like, hey, I need touchdowns, I need yards, I need this. No, he understands. He gets it.
So to get the Heisman at running back is obviously going to be very difficult in this quarterback world that we're in. If he goes for over 2,000, we just assumed that you would get it if you did that. Melvin Gordon won for over 2,000 with Wisconsin back in the day. He went for like 2,600.
2,700 total yards, yeah.
2,700 total yards,
29 touchdowns.
Yeah. How many rushing, though? It was like, I
think it was 29 rushing.
No, I'm talking yards.
26, 36 or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 2,600 yards he went for rushing.
Man,
okay, so
absurd.
They're going to say that Genty's going to go for 2,000. When Gordon did that, he did not win the Heisman.
No.
He did not win the Heisman because Marcus Mariota went for like 50 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota went
4,500
absolutely
yards.
bananas. So we all just assume if he gets to 2,000, that'll probably solidify Heisman because that's insane. It's like has happened in the past and has not won the Heisman. If somebody other than a quarterback wins, it has to be a very, very, very special year. Genty is on course to do that. So is Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is doing some insane things, and if Colorado continues to be a Big 12 conversation, which they have a big one this weekend with Kansas State. I mean, that's a massive Big 12 game. But if Colorado goes on to win games too, like everybody's assuming they're not going to win games before the season when they're talking about Heisman, number 1 overall pick, and everything like that. It's like they're winning games now, and they're in it a wide open Big 12. If they win and Travis Hunter continues to play 160 plays or 150 plays a game and continues to be as prolific as he is on both sides of the ball, it's like Travis Hunter has a real opportunity to win the Heisman this year. Seems to be a very open Heisman candidacy, Tone Diggs.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago it was Cam Ward who was the favorite, or Jalen Milroe, was the favorite, and then obviously he lost and dropped back, and Cam Ward dropped back as well because Ashton Genty and Travis Hunter were 3-4 last week, and now they've moved up. It feels like a year that it could happen. Now, if Cam Ward, their schedule is not hard. Their schedule is they may be Clemson in the ACC championship game, but Cam Ward could definitely put up some numbers as the season goes on. But so can Genty because they don't play a tough schedule coming up. And then Travis Hunter, if he keeps, he's 112 receiving yards a game with a touchdown per game. He's got 6 on the year and then 2 interceptions. Like if he keeps doing that,
It's insane.
There's a chance. There's definitely a chance.
Yeah, and you got people like Connor, who's like, before the Drake May announcement of starting quarterback, he's like, we're in Travis Hunter watch right now, brother. We got a quarterback. We're trying to go get Travis Hunter at the top of next year's draft. They're must-see TV. What's some other college ball convos we need to have, Tone?
Speaking of Colorado, and we talked about it there, they got a big one this weekend. It's a big weekend for the Big 12 this weekend, and kind of how that's going to shape up. Colorado hosts Kansas State. Kansas State was preseason number 2 in the Big 12 behind Utah. And they dropped one early, but they're right back in it. Like the whole Big 12 is right back in it. Colorado undefeated in the Big 12. That's a big one hosting there. Iowa State going to WU.
Good luck.
Here we go.
Good luck, Cyclones.
Big one.
Running into a cold rush weekend.
Neil Brown, new profile pic.
Yeah, everybody's blacking out their profile photos.
Hell yeah.
We got a coal miner uniform, I believe.
Is it Nico? Is Gigi okay?
Yeah, Gigi's good.
All right.
I'm not, but if we need Nico,
Yeah,
Nico's okay.
He'll be
Gigi's
ready.
going to run wild.
Truck sticking.
Big ones in the Big 12 with big storylines and a wide open Big 12. What are some other things we need to talk about college ball? guys?
Quinn Ewers is back for the Red River rivalry this weekend against Oklahoma. He was out for 2.5 full games plus a bye week for they called it a oblique strain. So he's back. He should be good. He was fun fact. He was the Heisman favorite before he got hurt after that incredible performance against Michigan. Last year's Red River rivalry, Quinn was 31 of 37 for 346, a touchdown, but he had those 2 costly picks in the first half. But no, he normally plays well in these big games. Excited for Quinn to get back this week.
And it has been very openly stated that this is Quinn Ewers' team. So Quinn Ewers has a half or 3/4 or even a game that doesn't go great. And Arch Manning's sitting over there. What happens? Quinn Ewers comes back in balls, which everybody expects because that's how good of a player Quinn Ewers is. They just move forward, this Texas team, on a hunt, hopefully, for the big one down there with the Longhorns. What's another college ball convo we should be having?
We got a big one down in the Bayou this weekend. Ole Miss goes to LSU, and everyone know LSU at night is a absolute different animal down there. These two played last year, Ole Miss and LSU. It was 55-49, and they went over 1,300 total yards in the game in this one. Obviously, the offenses are great for this one. Garrett Nussmeiser's throwing for like 350 a game for LSU. Jackson Dart doing the same thing for Ole Miss. Watch out. Trey Harris got hurt, the wide receiver for Ole Miss. I think he's got like almost 900 yards on the season, 150 a game. He got hurt against, South Carolina last week. On Monday, Lane Kiffin said if we played today, he wouldn't be playing. Obviously, they weren't playing on Monday. He's listed officially as questionable, so we'll see how that one goes on Saturday night.
That environment,
awesome.
That's like going to an AA meeting and a football game breaks down. Oh, hell yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Having a good time down there?
Yes, sir.
Every coach has talked about it down there. Like, you think every game is the same, huh? Every away game is the same. Try to go down to Baton Rouge. Try to go down.
See what
there.
happens.
Try to walk in there and see how it goes. It's different. It's hot as shit, thick.
Bunch of Cajuns drinking for 12 hours before the game.
And their songs are like very savage.
Yeah.
Like the things they're saying is good. Hey, good for LSU, their fans, for just being known as like, doesn't matter who's coaching, doesn't matter who's playing. This is going to be a tough place to come play no matter what. And then also in college ball, go ahead, pal.
Yeah, this is not your fodder's or your fodder's Vandy team. Obviously, I mean, last year they didn't even have a stadium. The scoreboard was being held up by cranes. That's your fodder's Vandy. Not this year. Their win total was 2.5 before the season. Their SEC win total was a half before the season started. They have gone over both of those. Obviously, with the win against Bama last week, and then they beat Virginia Tech week 1 and took Mizzou to double overtime. Vandy's looked great, obviously behind Diego Pavia, who came over from New Mexico State last year. He had 33 touchdowns last year to, I think, like 9 interceptions with New Mexico State last year. Comes over to Vandy, leads the team in passing and rushing, and has completely turned around the culture, it seems, at Vandy.
Kind of a dog.
Yeah, definitely.
Very much a dog, Diego Pavia. And I think, this is what NIL can do for you, especially if you're in a great city. Like Nashville's a great city. Obviously, their fans have been desperate for their team to be worthy of a celebration in which they can take down a goalpost and carry it through the city and dump it into a river and get fined $100,000 and celebrate a big win like that, beating Bama. But it's like NIL with Nashville, It's like in the SEC.
Rich alumni.
Like,
we can do this.
You can sell that place.
Yeah.
I think you can. And Diego Pavia obviously is a massive get through the transfer portal. Has changed it all. Are they able to continue it? I think why not? Why not? At Vanderbilt?
Absolutely.
14-point dogs this weekend against Kentucky. That seems like a lot.
Sure does.
Kentucky's been in a couple dog fights.
They have Kentucky. The thing there is Kentucky's got a very, very good defense. So we'll see. We'll see there.
Yeah, the good team.
Yeah.
SEC deep.
Yeah.
You know, because even the Vandies, no offense to Vandies, aren't the Vandies anymore.
No.
That's wild, AJ. It is wild what's going to end up being what's going to happen whenever there's 12-team playoff, obviously. How many teams with how many losses get in from the SEC and the Big Ten? That is the conversation. And all these things we're saying right now. LSU at night, okay, they're not even a team that we're considering going, but we beat that team. That doesn't count as good of a win as like beating Wisconsin? In Wisconsin? Is that a conversation that's not like those things are going to happen at the end, even though it's 12 teams as opposed to just 4 teams.
Yeah.
It's like these things are all going to happen and take place, and it's like wide open seemingly everywhere, but is it? You know, it's how many teams for the Big 12 are going in? How many teams for the Big 12 are going? West Virginia's getting in.
1.
Yeah,
What?
That's it. Just
They gotta win out?
WVU.
Just West Virginia.
Just the champion.
What's
What's that, AJ?
They have to win out probably to get in.
We got time.
Just the Big 12 champs.
We're gonna win the Big 12 championship, then bang, we're in there. Now this weekend's a big one. This weekend is a big one with Iowa State, you know, because Iowa State is very much in the conversation to do it. This is a game Neil Brown, in the history of Neil Brown, has lost.
Because it's the third game and he's won 2 in a row.
Bingo. But also it's a massive one, like, hey,
At
could
home.
propel us into a new place. At home.
Top 25.
Special jerseys, special uniforms. This has been something in the past that maybe this team has lost. Not this week.
No.
This is when Neil Brown says, this is why you trust to climb. We're at the top. Speaking of top, we're at the end of this program. You can continue to watch our show at YouTube and ESPN Plus and TikTok Live. SportsCenter will be on the other side of this particular break. We will continue with Chuck Pagano's pick, more breakdown of sports, and some more stoogery. You're the greatest people on earth. Thank you for allowing us to do this for a living. We'll see you tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Wow, that was fucking real. That was probably my best one.
Speaking of the top
That
was,
was
yeah.
probably it.
We got a couple more, just crushed
We
it.
really got in there. Thank you. That
I don't
felt
know who
pretty
that
good.
guy was from the Mets that hit us grand slam.
You're talking about Francisco Lindor,
Come on now.
MVP.
Yeah, you just boom.
Hey, thanks. Did
Bases
you watch that
loaded.
game?
No, I saw the highlights this morning.
Okay, all right. So you did what I normally do in these types of situations, but for some reason my television has been landing on baseball.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what's going on.
electric.
I do know that it is electric. I do know Adam Amin, real
So
deal.
good.
Do it.
Nailed it.
Adam Amin's real deal calling these games, and I'm incredibly happy for him. Obviously, I know him from whenever we called Thursday Night Football together college-wise. But this home run in the bottom of the 6th by Lindor, who they've been chanting MVP, who they showcase like a bunch of home runs he's hit to save their season throughout this magical run they've been on. Hits a ground slam. They hold on to win. Edwin Diaz comes out. 9 of his first 11 pitches to close this thing out aren't strikes. Can't find the fucking strike zone. They think, oh no, Philly's going to come back. This is going to be a Met situation. Then the boys rally around Edwin Diaz. They come around him and they say, just throw the fastball right down the middle. They can't
Throw
fucking
it
hit
right
it.
down the dick.
And then
They
bang,
can't
he
touch
does. Boom, bang, pow. The Mets move along. They win a series for the first time, long time. Congrats to the New York Mets fans.
Hell yeah, Mets.
And congrats to the Mets. That was awesome. I saw some people say they pay for their team to win. It's like, thank fucking God they do.
That's baseball.
Okay, because
everybody.
I'm from Pittsburgh, and the Pirates owner doesn't. So for people to just be like, well, they pay for it, obviously they should win. It's like, they should. They haven't. They did. Good for them.
Yep.
Congratulations.
And it was supposed to be a sort of rebuilding year. Like Steve Cohen did kind of dial it back and say, hey, maybe I'm paying the wrong guys and sending up the creek a little bit. They started 0 for 5. They were like 22-30 towards the deadline, expected to be sellers. So it really is an amazing, just amazing story all around.
I saw a video on the internet going around, and if you remember, it was the Mets call from last season when they were getting no hit, I think, in the last game of the year, and there was like 5 people in the stands, and they were like, this is rock bottom, to then the win last night. Incredible turnaround in 1 year.
Incredible turnaround. Great for them. And obviously, Alonso, the polar bear, hits a big one. Francisco Lindor, though, I don't know if he's in that photo there.
Nah.
No, the OMG thing is their thing, though, when they pull it up to the side. Yeah. Can we go to his home run? And pause it? This guy's standing right here with the bald head. You see him? He's like, He's like L4 or 5.
In the black shirt?
Yeah, black shirt standing. He's like right up
above
there.
the home internet.
Yeah, that guy, I watched him for a good 35, 40 minutes last night. He didn't break. He was watching the game the whole time. He had, I don't know who's with him. That lady, I believe, was with him. Then there were some kids there as well. I mean, he did not, he didn't say a word. He put a hoodie on at one point. He had his hood up and over this thing. He was just locked in. I've never seen somebody more locked into a game. Sam actually even noticed while we were watching. She's like, so that guy, a lot of money on game? I'm like, I assume that it was pretty good, but it was, that environment was electrifying. I mean, you could see, they panned over to Jerry Seinfeld in his suite, and he was like kind of meandering back and forth, a nervous, a nervous rock or whatever, because they know that it's sitting right there, like the Mets can Mets are sitting there. And then when Edwin Diaz comes out and can't find the strike zone, like I wonder how many Mets fans are like,
here we go.
This is, of course,
it's happening.
This is what it is. And instead, boom, it turns back the other way. Good for them. Baseball's been awesome.
Yeah, it has been incredible. The Mets really probably are the best story, along with the Detroit Tigers, obviously one win away. Here it is right there, the strikeout. The Yankees, we got it done last night.
Stanton, bomb, sick.
I saw him steal a base, too.
Yes.
Oh, that wasn't just a preseason game last night?
So they weren't holding him on first base at all, and he just took off and ran, even though he can barely walk. Stantonian blast here. A Stantonian sigh of relief. It is kind of the inverted Mets story where, like, this is the expectation. Like, you have to beat the Royals. You have to close it out tonight. You have to be in the ALCS and win it. Just relief. Need more. Like to win 10-2. Honestly.
I saw Patrick Mahomes talking shit. They did not win this game.
No, they did not. That was to tie it up.
Yeah.
Garrick Dieter.
Yes.
The former receiver.
Is a massive baseball fan. Bob Costas told the whole story of him being named after Lou Gehrig, and then I think there's a Nolan in the family.
How does Nolan figure in?
After Nolan, the whole. Yeah.
I mean, Bob Costas is swinging the hottest bat. Yeah. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I would like to see Bob Costas do damn near every primetime game. Baseball, basketball, football.
He has hit the lexicon of
NHL.
Really good.
So bad that it's kind of awesome.
What's that?
So bad.
What is this guy?
Who the fuck said he was doing bad?
Trending number one.
Bruce. It's a line drive single to center field. It's caught by the shortstop.
I thought it was too.
We all did because Bob told us, but it wasn't.
Okay. Bob had a good interview, though, with Mr. Brett. I didn't know Mr. George Brett. I learned a lot there. That was good.
He's so good, man. He best of the best.
The internet has not been kind.
No.
And I don't know baseball coverage. Okay, I don't know baseball coverage. I don't watch any games. I watch the highlights.
Zero.
I don't.
I'm with you.
I have been, though. I've been watching these playoffs. They've been pretty electrifying. Adam Amin is awesome.
Yeah.
So good.
The amount of things he checks off in between every pitch, like, I feel so informed. Obviously, it's all on the screen at different points, but then like recalling something from October in between a pitch, right before a thing happens while delivering, it's like, I think he's a diehard baseball fan, which obviously helps with it all, so he knows the history of it. But just like his enthusiasm, he threw to a 7th inning break, and it just had the grand slam that just happened, and obviously for the Mets, and his throw was like a promo for the game. I'll see you on the other side. It's like, and he wasn't like up the entire time. Obviously, it was the first pitch. Let's let it. He was fucking phenomenal.
Are we allowed to play his home run call, the grand slam call?
We got it.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, here's Adam Amin, which I think is why, there is a little bit of a.
Don't you dare.
What's that?
Don't you dare.
Well, just with the modern era, you see like the modern world.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't compare Jordan to LeBron. Like let them both.
But they're not playing at the same time, which is a bummer. Now we got kind of two playing at the same time.
Two grew up. One grew up with a weight room. The other didn't. Let's let
him
Bob
and Costas'
cook.
home run calls were the exact same.
Okay, here's Adam Amin calling the grand salami yesterday in the bottom of the 6th, the biggest hit the Mets fans have said in a long time.
To your most trusted arms, the 2-1. Lindor towards right center field. This one is back. It is gone! Grand slam! And Lindor puts the Mets on top. The biggest swing of the season for New York.
Let it breathe.
Yep.
Good for him.
And around the base like this was a regular season homer. He hit
that obviously let it ride. Then he gets into the breakdown of it, and it's just like Adam Amin's doing his thing.
Yeah.
He's always been good. When we did college football, we were doing these games.
Yeah.
So many people on teams that we knew nothing.
Mhm.
You know?
Of course. Yeah.
So I tried my best to prepare every single week, but he had notes and details on all of them. And his brain was able to just pull from it. And then through the years, we see him do the NBA.
Yeah,
Great.
his Bulls coverage is awesome too.
It's great. He's seemingly just as prepared for that as he is for football. And then baseball, he's like lifelong fan. I think out of Chicago. So obviously up there, he kind of his fan base for everything. So he's like actual sports guy. Adam means a weapon. I think this postseason, I think a lot more people are recognizing that because of the
contrast. Bob would have told a story about how it wasn't the pitcher's fault in that moment instead of letting that breathe.
And live.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. On the other side, we will have Chuck's pick for tonight's NFC West clash that's kicking off week 6 of the NFL season. Niners, Seahawks. Niners favored by 3.5 on the road, getting 75% of the money as of about an hour ago. What does Chuck Pagano think? He's 4-1 against the spread on Thursday nights, AJ. Does that move to a 5 or to a 2 there, you think, after tonight?
I think it goes to a 5 tonight. I really do.
Me too.
Let's go, Coach.
I don't want to do this early, but
might as well.
Oh, you got it.
Oh. All right, yeah.
Good line. Good
I
line.
said if
Good
it
line.
misses,
You didn't want to do it.
Bingo. Complete opposite. Also, Pat Cavanaugh will join us to promote USA Lacrosse, which has a massive weekend. As we prepare for the Olympics in LA, where they'll be playing sixes in lacrosse, which is 6-on-6, you see.
Smaller field.
Normal lacrosse is
10 on 10.
A lot of action, a lot of goal scoring now,
They're
right?
offside. Yeah, it's like box lacrosse.
box lacrosse, which
Yeah.
is like arena.
Yeah. There's like
indoor.
Yeah, indoor. It's similar to indoor
Smaller
soccer.
field
There's walls.
They shrink the field with 6-on-6.
Yeah.
Walls. We got basher boards.
No. I'm just saying like similar to that style.
They might.
How about in the Olympics? Will there be basher boards?
I assume it's more like rugby sevens, where they just shrink the field down. Same game.
Okay. Grass? Will we be playing on grass?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I think I saw some people playing lacrosse on a parking lot. It looked pretty sweet. Jason Kelsey.
They do the outdoor thing in New York City. Yeah.
Jason Kelsey, I think, was.
Yeah, PLO.
Dangling. Oh, he's a laugh guy.
I think he was.
Kevin Durant.
I think he was, but yeah, there was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Lacrosse always sport of the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it is growing though.
I mean, it's while it's in the Olympics.
I think that's going to help.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people who wouldn't normally watch it or care to watch it will see it and be like, "Oh, I think I have like the athletic ability to play that sport." You don't have to be crazy tall.
Yeah.
Got to be able to run. Got to be tough.
Do other countries play?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
single
Canada, right?
one.
Isn't that Canada?
Every single one.
Canada's
Canada.
national
It's actually
sport.
national
Europe
sport.
has a few.
It's the
That's why
summer national
Canada.
sport of Canada.
What do you mean the summer?
Outside of
They
Canada,
have
though,
two.
like
Hockey is obviously the actual sport of
Canada
Canada.
didn't want to just pick one
Lacrosse
sport.
is the national sport of Canada.
Yeah, because hockey's ours now. When was the last time a Canadian team won a Stanley Cup?
I mean, if we're talking Olympics, Canada, U.S., we don't want to go down that road, boys, you know?
We got curling though.
Remember?
Right.
Suck it, Sweden.
Remember that? His name was Curling Matty Hamilton.
A long time ago.
No.
But he could fucking spin that thing.
2 years ago.
He was sliding on it. I think it was like 6.
No.
Turn that thing.
Perfect.
So good. So your guys' sports are curling, lacrosse, and hockey.
Lacrosse, number one.
And are we better than Canada?
Oh yeah, we're the best in the world.
10 times.
10x?
I'd say.
It's
You
not even
know
our
who
national
invented
sports.
lacrosse?
Who was it?
Indians.
Native Americans here in America,
Yes.
right?
It's called Bogataway.
Yep.
And what was it?
It's a war
Bogataway
sport.
is what it was called.
That was the sport?
A lot of people died playing lacrosse.
So then how come it became like a northeastern sport?
I don't know. That's where a lot of Native Americans.
Yeah, but like the native tribes and everything still kind of more so out Midwest, right? And plains and everything much more of a influence, I think, out there as opposed to Northeast. Is that true? I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know. I've been to a couple powwows.
Yeah, maybe
New
a bunch
England.
of like rich people figured
sure.
out we could get a bunch of scholarships if we just played the sport that no one else was really playing.
That's probably what ended up
I
happening.
think
huh?
so.
Probably.
And what if we made the equipment really expensive and no one else really plays?
And is that kind of the thing with lacrosse? Is that what an issue is?
Some
Oh, yeah.
detractors might say that, yeah.
Best schools.
So we need to start getting sticks in hands.
Yes.
Lacrosse balls in nets.
Yeah.
across the country.
That's
'Cause it
cool.
is a good sport.
Oh, yeah.
And once people see it in the Olympics, I think they'll recognize that.
Absolutely.
And relate to that.
High scoring.
And we need to win by a lot.
We will. Don't worry.
And the goalie that's coming in here needs to give up no fucking goals.
He probably won't.
To us?
To anybody.
You said it was the greatest goal of all. Patrick Waz coming in here?
Different sport, brother.
But
Jesus. And Tommy Barrasso, too.
Essentially.
All right, let's get to a break. We'll have some lacrosse talk happen. Then Chuck will give his picks. Then we'll ride into a Week 6 kickoff on a Thursday night in high spirits.
Hell yeah.
If this ball goes in.
High spirits.
Bam.
Come on.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes, we needed that.
High spirits.
Okay, be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life, like our friends at Dude Wipes. Take 5.
Tonight is a night where everything's going to be remembered. Every play, every sweat, every fight.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I'll blow soon, soon. Know as a child back in the womb.
Hey, let's have a national championship Monday, huh? My name's Pat McAfee. I've started this show 2 different occasions already. This will be the 3rd. Wow. It's 2023. We eat adversity for lunch. There's just so many different forms of gummies coming in my mouth.
Boss man, can you do a kickflip?
100 for it? 100 for it?
Oh!
Come on, bro. That was awesome. Hey, this little teddy bear is cool. This little round thing is sweet. All right, I feel pretty good for this ESPN party. Let's go have a blast in there. Boom. Need you to do a red carpet. I've never done a red carpet before.
I gotta poop, sorry.
I don't know if now's the time.
We're invited to the ESPN party, and now we are all sitting on a red carpet. We had no idea this was coming, obviously. We thought we were just getting some free drinks.
A lot of people on the internet say I look tired. What's that all about? I'm a massive fan of Posner. He was getting motivational speeches in between songs. He was playing other people's songs. He was telling people to stay down. We're going to make a moment. Only on the count of 3, we're going to go crazy.
Oh, I know. Sad song. Sad song. Oh, oh, yeah.
A couple of these. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Boost up. What do you want?
What'd you do?
Gotta make this practice game, baby. It's gotta last until 9 o'clock.
Happy birthday. Sack of shit.
I'm so fired up to be here.
Yeah.
I got a necktie and everything.
Holy shit. Tim Tebow's here. Oh my God.
Look at that cut.
The most handsome shot in our show's history. Nick Saban has been spotted at SoFi. Great work in the back. Fox Team boys crushed it. Now we got game day, then the mega cast. Let's go. Hey, let's have a night. Obviously, the enemy of great is good. The enemy of a dynasty is winning one championship and letting it go. Fran, you're obviously going to Colorado, a place that's been looking for some sort of championship for 20 years. You're also one of the greatest speakers I've ever heard. What are you saying to your team?
You can't get here and all of a sudden change.
Yeah.
You don't want to see a different mannerism of somebody, and especially the coaches. See, everybody's talking about the players.
Yeah.
But you got to coach the coaches, too.
Did you smile there, too?
I saw
Were you smiling?
I
saw a smile.
I do that every now and then.
The rat poison, smiling. That's embedded fourth quarter perfection. Matthew Stafford, fourth quarter perfection. Big moments, Tebow perfection. We got some real magic here tonight, don't we? And I love that toad that takes those mushrooms. With that being said, Stetson Bennett's 25 years old. He's so damn comfortable. Darnell Washington's the backup tight end. He's 6'7", 270. Brock Bowers, best player on the field. The defense full of dogs. Give it to Georgia Bulldogs. Go back-to-back. First time since this man and his Alabama squad. I love the Bulldogs tonight, barking all over the place, Coach. All right, here we go, huh? A little bit of rush from old game day down the field. We went all the way to the roof to come back. We are so sorry. All right, let's roll. I gotta get to the sleep, and then I'm gonna hop over the sleep thing. Good, Brad.
are looking at SoFi Stadium, where we'll be crowning a national champion for our college football season tonight. And the Dogs are on the board early. Wide open.
That's the shot that they wanted, baby.
Oh, that's embedded with his second touchdown in the first half. Pick.
Oh, no.
Georgia's first down. One-handed touchdown. Brock Byers, touchdown. It is currently 45-7. It is 52-7. Touchdown.
This is just a good old back home ass whooping.
It's a blowout, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. Hey-o. That son of a bitch, Uga, is having the night of his life.
Wow.
It's raining indoors in Los Angeles. This is God taking a tinkle on something magical, isn't it? Let's get that.
Get him on camera.
That mustache.
Holy smoke.
Holy smokes.
Are you a firefighter?
Good for you, bro. Thanks for your service. First down, Horned Frogs on a 2nd and 3. Why don't we call a game? Holy hell, Tim Tebow is coming. Tebow, we're live.
We're on.
We're live right now. Welcome back to SoFi Stadium. Right before the break, an extra point almost killed Tim Tebow. Natural instincts had to take in place. I could not lose the greatest human on earth, and I'm happy they gave you that ball, Tim. Tone, act like you're Sonny Dykes, please.
All right, boss. First half didn't go our way. We're doing this for the great state of Texas. You know who else was down 31 points?
Who's that?
The Italians.
All right, let's take the tractor another round. What are you watching out there, Coach?
Honestly, they're better off grabbing Luka Doncic out of the crowd and maybe lining him up next to Quentin Johnson at receiver. Because they can't do a damn thing.
We decided Tebow here, formerly known as praying for this TCU team to do something. So you put your hands up, play that song, butterflies fly away. Thank you for your service, sir. You're a badass, man.
Those other Americans, I wouldn't be here.
What a run, huh? The boys crushed it. This shit
TCU sucks.
What?
That's all she wrote for college football season. What a year. Let's fucking get home. There is a crowd of about 30 people moving through the back end of the business field here. And in the middle of it is this black Samoan man who has become the most famous human on earth.
Great guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. There's thousands of people skipping class to come see your big ass.
Listen, there is thousands and thousands of you skipping class. It doesn't matter if they go to class.
Moana is one of the best animated films of all time.
What?
Okay, can't wait for the live action.
Thank you, yes.
But
You're welcome.
We talk about Moana.
What can I say except you're welcome?
And we talk about Mana.
Honestly, listen, kid, I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was Maui just messing around. I couldn't have buried its guts. Sprouted a tree, now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What does it take away? Don't mess with Maui when he's on a breakaway. And the temperature here on my skin is a map of the victories I win. Look where I've been to make everything happen. Look at the me mini Maui just tickety-tapping. That's it.
Still got it.
On the Samoan side, Polynesian side, we have a word called mana. Mana is spirit. Mana is power. Mana comes from in here. It's the thing that gives you goosebumps. It's that thing you feel. It's that thing when I walked out and we felt this thing. This is mana. This is mana. It's very, very, very real, and you could feel it. Wow. Little things like I don't get driven anywhere. I don't want to get driven anywhere. I don't like chauffeurs. Keeps me in my way just a little grounded. Like I could drive myself everywhere and not telling some guy, hey, take me here, take me there.
That is something I'm going to start saying like, yeah. Because when they open your door, you feel so bad. I can open my own door, dude. They're trying to be courteous. It's their job. But also, the day I stop opening my own door is the day I become a big old bitch.
Here we go.
That's a big cup. Sorry, Mike.
Here's the iconic sound. You guys know it. This special Terramana toast goes out to Passion. Congratulations on your show. Very proud of you. Very proud of all you boys. And to all of you. Love you guys. Thank you for the support. Keep kicking ass. Cheers. In my world, when I sit down and we're talking about movies and all this other shit, it's never this. It's never this, back with the boys, and you. So I appreciate it, and this one's to you. Thank you, boys.
See you, pal. Cheers.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break here.
Oh, hold on, one more. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Welcome to Dublin, Ireland on this Feel Good Friday, August 23rd, 2024. We are live from J.R. Mahin's.
Drinks are on Pat McAfee tonight, fella. Let's go!
Hup, 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 hup. The fact that anybody knows we exist in Ireland, we are so incredibly thankful. So to all of you, we say, Gotcha!
State. I just want Kirk to know I got 1,000 phone calls when we got the playoff. He didn't have anything to do with them not getting in the playoffs, and I didn't either. But we both got hammered.
Some of us did get hammered last night. We have real football happening today for the first time in months. This is a beautiful time in a wonderful town.
It's fight night, baby!
Davis is his name.
We gotta go for Georgia Tech. I gotta go. I would be back in the country if I didn't pick Georgia Tech.
44 yards away to do it. He got it! He got it! And the Yellow Jackets did it!
All right, here we are on the NFL Pro homepage. Let's step into the film room. Show you how quickly, how easily we can find any play from any week. This is week 2. Find a play result. Interceptions, of course. One of the best interceptions I've seen ever. Not the one against Tua. Let's go to Cam Taylor-Britt against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. We can pick which camera angle we want, broadcast or sideline. I'm going to go with the broadcast view. It's just a quick, easy example of how quickly you can use this NFL Pro tool. Awesome, awesome tool. I mean, unbelievable interception. Let's go, baby.
Hey, look it! Weeman's taken to the Sami Zayn! Look at Weeman! Weeman has beat the hell out of Sami Zayn! Punches and bunches from Weeman! You learned something from Brock. And Weeman back in the ring. He's stalking Sami. Listen to this place. Oh, to the kneecap. Weeman so active. Oh, look at this. Body slam. Weeman body slamming Sami Zayn. Weeman used to kick himself in the face. Are you kidding me? Now he's body slamming Sami Zayn. Hey. Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig! Stop! Damn it!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our Humble Abode, the Thunderdome. On this NFL Week 6 kickoff Thursday, October 10th, 2024, Hour 3 of the program starts now. Football! I haven't hit that one yet. It's 10-10-24. It is a glorious day. That's AJ Hawk. The Talks the Table's here at Boston Connor and Coach Chuck McGaughan.
Table.
Good to see you over there, Coach. How are the vibes there next to Conrad?
I'm fixing to be so toxic.
Oh,
it just comes out of the seat.
No, you don't need to be any. You just be you, Chuck. That's the good thing about the Toxic Table is Connor's just being himself whenever he's saying those terrible things to you.
That's true.
That's kind of what the Toxic Table is all about. Full transparency.
Uh-huh.
That was like when the Green Goblin mask was talking to Connor, telling him to say things.
The thoughts called to me. That is for sure.
Okay, I don't know what that is a reference to, but one half of the hammer, Dahn, Cowboys,
Spider-Man.
AP Tone is here. And ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk and I did not grow up playing a sport that we probably would have been pretty damn good at if we would have had the opportunity or known that the sport exists. It is captivating the globe. There's professional leagues now. The college is being broadcasted on ESPN. There is one university that has certainly dominated in this particular world for a while, and we are very lucky to get a chance to chit-chat with the person who was leading those teams to back-to-back national championships. Ladies and gentlemen, the first-round pick for the Boston Kavanaugh Cannons this past draft.
Hell yeah.
Member of Team USA Lacrosse. Pat Kavanaugh. Long, slow walk with the lights. Camera crew behind. We got one full camera, one iPhone camera. USA Lacrosse comes in here strapped to the gills with a content team.
New Balance kicks. I didn't see that coming.
Man.
Oh,
Thanks
right
for coming.
behind.
Oh, yeah, didn't want to talk to you. Didn't want to talk to you
That
guys.
was impressive.
That was very smooth. AJ Hawk is in Ohio, Pat. I don't know if you could see that.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, good to see you again. Thank you guys for having me.
Dude, thank you so much. Can you just slide up just a little bit there? I think with the...
Good.
There you go.
Great gear.
Hey, you look so sweet right now. Okay, Team USA Lacrosse.
Yep.
Always been a thing, I assume, national team before like World Cup type stuff, but now that it's in the Olympics, heightened ordeal, or explain to us a little bit about USA Lacrosse.
Yeah, so lacrosse is going to be in the Olympics in 2028 for the first time, I think, since 1908. So it's a pretty exciting time for the sport of lacrosse. I think it got announced October 2023 that it was going to be back in the Olympics. So very motivating for younger lacrosse players, gives us something to strive for. The Olympics is pretty much the pinnacle of your sport. So yeah, it's an incredible that it's back in the Olympics, and really excited for this.
So this weekend here in Indianapolis, I think you guys are having like a training camp / also having some friendlies or scrimmages against other countries as well in preparation for the Olympics. You're obviously playing in this. You're one of the big stars of lacrosse. Are all our big dogs playing, or is the rest of the world's big dogs playing as well? Is this like very high level lacrosse coming to the Olympics, or because we saw 3-on-3 and we saw break dancing? So we got like real players here, it seems like, right? If you're involved. Yeah.
So there's one college kid, Jake Taylor, here. The rest of the guys at our training camp right now are pro lacrosse players. So, yeah, I'd say the competition's pretty good. The other teams, we haven't seen much of them yet. We scrimmaged Great Britain yesterday.
Beat the shit out of them.
Suck.
How'd it go? Did you beat the shit out of Britain?
Yeah, we played pretty well. It was our first time scrimmaging, so still getting adjusted. But
what was the score?
I don't think we kept score, but I think we scored close to 30 goals. That's not normal. It's sixes, so I don't know if you explained that earlier, but
I did not. Okay, so what is sixes?
So it's 5-on-5 and a goalie, more similar to basketball than field lacrosse is 10-on-10. Smaller field, I think it's 75 yards by 30-something yards. Field 10-on-10, it's like 110. So it's a lot shorter field. There's no face-off, so after you score a goal, the goalie picks the ball up out of the net.
Okay.
Transition, similar to basketball, inbounding.
No celebrations? You can't celebrate?
No time to celebrate. Got to drop in the hole, play defense.
Oh, the lads got to at least celebrate a little bit
know.
here. That's the only downfall, I guess, in this entire thing. Have you ever played this style of lacrosse before, or is this your first time playing this style?
So at Notre Dame, we practiced it a few times in the fall, but nothing really competitively like this. We're all at this training camp trying to
literally learn it.
We're learning. It's a learning process, big learning curve because it's completely different than field lacrosse. So, like I said, more similar to basketball, honestly. So yeah, big learning curve, and all of us here at the training camp are striving towards making the Olympic team in a few years.
Okay, so striving to make it towards the Olympic team. We assume you're going to be there. Obviously, it's a few years out in this entire thing. You're making these stops. He's like, what do you shake your head for? You're fucking Patty Kavanaugh.
Yeah, if you're not going to be on the team, why don't you just get the fuck out
Yeah, if you're not going to be on the team, I'm not going to watch.
Yeah.
So how about that? How about that entire? No, I will. I will watch no matter what. USA. We assume you will be a part of it, though. Are you doing multiple training camps here and leading up to the Olympics? Like, why is it happening here in Indiana? Happy it's happening.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Happening at Carroll Stadium downtown, formerly IUPUI, now just IUI Stadium, right in the heart of Indianapolis. Easy to get to. Also, good stadium because they used to host the Indy 11 soccer team here, so you got good seats, good access. Should be a cranking weekend as you play international lacrosse down there. But why Indianapolis, and how many of these are happening?
Not sure, honestly, about why they picked Indianapolis. Maybe the Midwest, the goal, I guess, for USA Lacrosse for the next few years is to grow the sport as big as possible, get as many eyes on it, new fans as possible. So the Midwest, it's getting bigger out here. I mean, our games at Notre Dame had 6,000 plus people at our home games at our Lotta Stadium. So it's getting bigger in the Midwest. And then the Sixes, it's a new version, trying to make the game more accessible, get as many eyes on it, new fans as possible. So I guess Indianapolis, I'm honestly not. That's.
Pat, you like it. You like it.
Yeah, it's great. Right here. I'm home, and I love. Yeah, state of Indiana.
We're lucky that it's here, though. We would like to let it be known, but growing the game to the Midwest makes sense because I said earlier, me and AJ, I grew up in Pittsburgh. He grew up in Ohio. It was like I don't even think lacrosse was even an option or thought about. Now it seemingly is much more, I think, talked about, more well known. Do you feel that? Is there a groundswell happening at this moment with lacrosse?
Yeah, I think it's definitely getting bigger. I mean, the old pro league, you couldn't really watch it on TV. So now they have a deal with ESPN. It's all over ESPN Plus every weekend in the summer. And then they're getting some slots on main ABC. The championship game was on ABC. So it wasn't like that even a few years ago. So I think the new pro league, the PLL, has done a great job of growing the sport. And then it's just getting bigger and bigger at a youth level all the way up through college. And now with the Olympics, I think it gives younger players inspiration and a lot of motivation to hopefully make it to the pinnacle of their respective sport, which is always the Olympics. So.
Hell yeah. Knowledge of the game and knowledge that it's happening, I think, is a big deal, too, at this stage. Not that lacrosse isn't completely unknown by a lot, but you get it. The Olympics introduce and put more eyeballs on. We learned a lot about breakdancing.
Oh, yeah. Ton.
Connor actually has a chance. He could potentially go do it.
I'm going for it.
They got rid of it because of Australia. Ruined it all. But we learned a lot about it. I assume there's going to be a lot of people like that with lacrosse. You talk about the PLO. Obviously, Rabel and Burke Magnus, hell of a job there.
Hell yeah.
Hell of a job there with PLO, getting it on TV screens, getting in front of people. More people are going to love it. How was your rookie year? How'd we do?
It was good. We came up short. We fell to the Chaos in the quarterfinals.
Good program.
God,
yeah,
Chaos
good
goes.
program,
Yeah. Chaos causes chaos.
Yeah, man. Their coach is a savage.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He's a nuclear weapon.
Chaos is a problem.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah, that's going to happen, even if you got the Boston Kavanaugh cannons. Did you have to adjust to the pro style of play? Is it similar to college or different?
It was a big adjustment. The rules are a little different. The shot clock is much shorter. So college is 80 seconds, and then the PLL is 52, but face-off win, it's 32. So you really got to get into your offensive set pretty quickly. So that was a massive adjustment. But yeah, it was a good time playing with the best players in the world, some guys I've looked up to my whole career. And so yeah, I'm excited for next summer.
Hey, we're excited to watch your highlights. You scored your first goal. I got all jacked up for you. I just
a
want to
great
let you
goal.
know that. I didn't follow the entire season, but then I heard your coach talk about how your team was a bunch of underdogs, and then he got to you, and he said nobody really wanted to draft you. We just did it in the first. It was a cool speech. It was a good time. Obviously, you weren't able to go and win it all, but next year the Cannons are going. Next year the Cannons are going.
Going for the third championship next year. It's going to be a hell of a season.
Yeah, the Archers are a problem.
Yeah, they're trying to three-peat. I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, they're in the middle of a dynastic run, brother.
I don't foresee that happening whatsoever.
Who's the goalie for the Archers?
Brett Dobson.
He's phenomenal.
He's incredible. He'll be probably the Canadian goalie on the Olympic team in a few years.
Oh, the Canadian goalie. How about Liam Intamin? Is he going to be our goalie, Intamin?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a great shot. It's like I said, it's insanely competitive. It's the Olympics, and Sixes is only 10 field players and 2 goalies. So, he's competing with all the other best goalies in the world. So, 2 spots. It's going to be the toughest lacrosse team to make in the history of the sport. So, yeah, it's really, really competitive.
So we're going to beat the shit out of everybody, is what you're saying, right? Like the Americans, I assume, have the most PLL players, correct?
It'll be us in Canada. So in 2022, in Alabama, they did a World Games for Sixes World Games, and Canada actually won the gold medal. They beat us pretty badly.
I was told.
Won by like 15 in the gold medal.
Won by 15.
No,
Hold on, the games beat the Americans by 15.
We can't be fucking losing.
Are you shitting?
By 15 to Canada.
Fucking kidding
Why would you come on here and lie?
Yeah. Just say something else.
Just
no
tell a
one would
different
have known.
story. We didn't. Yeah, we never played Canada. That could have been A-OK. They beat us by 15.
Something like that. I don't know
Points?
the exact score, but yeah.
Yeah, Colts. What the hell?
So we got some work to do for sixes.
We'll do it.
Is there a 2-point shot in sixes like there is in the PLL or no?
No, there isn't. Not in the Olympic version of it.
Then how the hell did we lose by 15 goals?
Yeah, we just got outmanned, outclassed
by the Canadians.
The Canadians, their sticks were dangling all over our faces. What are some? Do you guys talk about mitzes? Do you guys talk about mitts, sticks? What are the? What's the lingo?
Yeah, hands, silky mitts. Yeah.
You guys do
Just
same
like
hockey lingo?
It's a little similar to hockey. Yeah. A lot of Canadians play lacrosse, so I think the lingo kind of carries over.
Now, to be clear, Canadians are very entertaining.
Sure.
Okay, the way they speak, the things they say are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have them beating us at anything.
In any sport, any contest,
anything.
Pizza.
Eating the
you know who's going to win for us every single time straight out of Wichita, Kansas?
I do.
Pizza Hut.
Always.
If there was an Olympics for pizza battling around the globe, call Italy. Have them be a part of it.
We don't care.
No one, and we mean no one, is going to out Pizza Hut. That's just a fact of life, brother. I don't know how to explain it any better.
Always has been, always will be.
Breadsticks, phenomenal. The wings.
Nom, nom,
God.
nom, 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 nom.
And then obviously the pie.
The thin crust.
Oh, my. Hey, listen. What's that say, Kavanaugh? What's that say?
No one out pizzas the Hut.
You're fucking right.
Duh.
You're goddamn right, Kavanaugh. And that's why we need our United States lacrosse team to be like Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
We need you to be the greatest. We need you to be consistent. We need you to deliver. And when it goes to LA and the whole world is watching everybody play lacrosse, there's only one country that matters. That's the United States.
Hell yeah.
Not Canada.
Not Canada.
Keep that name out of your mouth.
What's another team you said? Because as soon as you said Canada, we all stopped listening because we thought to ourselves, can't have that.
No.
Obviously can't have Canada doing that. Anybody else?
Japan actually won the bronze medal in the World Games in 2022. Surprisingly, they're very into lacrosse and they're getting a lot better. So
Okay, so Japan beat the shit out of us in football, if you recall.
Yeah, that was fake.
American
That wasn't
football.
real.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
Don't be too worried about Japan.
Team USA football
That wasn't real.
got our asses beat by Japan.
Yeah, that's pay to play.
Well, you
okay?
met one
heard-
of the head coaches from over there.
Who?
Came to our training camp.
I did?
Matsumi Takahashi.
Yes, I
Remember?
did.
You know him?
I met him.
He was a dog.
I met him.
Dialed in. Remember him and his kid?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yosei?
Yeah.
Good guy, good coach.
Oh, yeah.
I said, Coach, how you doing? He said, you good? I said, hi. And then we moved on. It was like a
Hi,
very...
Dozo.
Yeah.
Hi.
So I didn't know that you had an advantage going into Japan whenever we went on the USO tour. though.
You know Japanese.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
We got a world champ in the family.
Constant.
Just kicked everybody's ass in sumo wrestling.
Happy
That's
belated.
Constance Pagano.
You know,
She's 70 years old.
Noriaki Koguchi.
Yep, absolutely.
Matsumi Takahashi.
Ohio, of course.
Wow.
Domo Arigato.
Domo arigato.
Everything, yeah. We were there. Boots on the ground, brother. Had a good time. Great time. Too good of a time. You can't be having a good time against Japan, though, because if we're losing to Japan and Canada, those are going to be dark days in the lacrosse world.
We won't lose to Japan.
Tighten up, brother.
Didn't you guys beat Japan by like 20 goals?
I don't know what the score was of that game.
So
A lot to a little.
So Canada would have won by 35.
This guy's very
Great.
humble.
Tone has a question for you, Pat.
Yeah, I do. I'm familiar with the college game. You know, long stick, short stick. Some of the long sticks stay on the defensive end. Some can cross over. Short sticks stay on the offensive end. With the sixes, 5-on-5, is it like hockey where you got like 3 short sticks out there? Defense got the long, and are you running the whole field? How's that work?
Yeah, you're running the whole field. Everyone's using a short stick. There's
Okay,
no
no
long
long
sticks.
no long sticks in the Olympics. Okay,
I think scoring is a premium. And the
We got
offense-
dangles or no? We doing a lot of shimmy shaking in this sixes?
Yeah, it's a lot of quick ball movement.
Euro
A
stuff.
lot of highlights.
Yeah,
We hitting people with sticks?
a lot of very
chop
physical
wood.
because
Is it very physical because it's close?
it's close quarters. A lot of pick and roll play similar to basketball. So
I have a question. How come this is happening? You're getting hit in the wrist all the time?
yeah, I mean we wear equipment, but you're getting slashed. The refs in lacrosse they don't really call many penalties on the defense. You're allowed to wind up and
Yeah, it's kind of like a dirty game.
Yeah,
Great.
PLL, it doesn't look like you guys are wearing as much equipment.
guys don't really. I mean, they mandated a heart pad.
I like that.
Because guys are shooting at over 100 miles an hour, so God forbid you get hit in the chest.
Yeah.
But
Thank you, DeMar.
That's smart.
But
Very smart. Chuck has a question for you, Pat.
So 10 guys get selected for this Olympics in 2028.
yeah,
So
10,
there's 2 deep. There's 2 deep on this.
10 field guys and 2 goalies. So
And how many players do we have?
So that's
trying out or
Trying out?
Trying out.
Yeah.
I don't know how many will be invited to the
12.
So it's going to be a series of training camps over the next few years. This is one of the first ones. So October, they'll do one next June, and then I assume the following fall. I don't know when they're going to pick the team. There's actually a World Games in 2027 for sixes, so that'll be interesting because it'll be the year before the Olympics, see how we do against Canada, and then I don't know if they'll reevaluate the team.
There's no other team but
Who's our
Canada.
coach? Who will our coach be? Do you have any idea?
Right now, it's Andy Shea, the head coach of Yale.
Dog.
So
You've said some things about Ivy League.
I was going to say, there's
lacrosse.
no chance you make the fucking team now.
You've said some things about Ivy League lacrosse. Has that carried into the PLL at all with any of your teammates or anybody for that type of stuff?
No, I don't think so. I think they understood, but
Did you get hazed because you were the Tuarathon award winner?
Shout out. Yeah, I mean, standard rookie procedures, but nothing crazy. No.
And the other teams didn't want to prove a point against you. Oh, look at this guy, Kavanaugh, back-to-back national champion, Tuarathon, bang. Were you getting any of that?
A little bit of that. But
You're getting bullied a little bit?
Nah, not bullied, but I think rookies get picked on a little bit more than established guys. Kind of got to prove yourself at the pro level.
Yeah, because every guy thinks they could potentially break it. That's an advantage for their team.
Yeah, try and get the Tuarathon winner. Were you still playing attack for the Cannons like you were at Notre Dame or no?
No. I was playing primarily midfield, so it was a little different.
What's that mean? A lot more running?
Yeah. Attack, you can't cross the midfield line, so
more defense.
Midfield, getting caught on defense a little bit, but
How's that been going? Just get dropped into defense as a professional?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I've completely different positions, so guarding some of the best offensive players in the world, in a position I've never really played defense before, but as an attackman, I love riding the ball back, and so that I guess is essentially playing defense. So I have a little experience there, but yeah, it was
AJ
definitely
loves riding the
an
ball
adjustment.
back too.
Can't your brother put in a word and be like, hey, like me and Pat have this really cool connection. We're brothers, actually. Like
Been doing it since we were kids.
People would love to see us probably play together. What do you think, Coach? That's not a thing, or?
What are you trying to get him called as coach? Right
I'm trying to get him on his position. Okay, I'm trying to get what people want to see, and that's Kavanaugh to Kavanaugh goal.
Yeah, we do. We want to see some cooking, some shaking, some bacon.
Huh?
Speaking of that, can we do a lacrosse giveaway challenge thingy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining myself, Connor, Chuck Pagano, Tone Diggs, Bruce Brown, and Patty Kavanaugh will be Liam Entenmann, who's currently the goalie for the New York Atlas and two-time national champion at Notre Dame. Okay, so here's going to be the giveaway, boys. We have sticks. We have tennis balls. We have everything. This is what we're going to do. This is an exciting day. I don't know if you want that or whatever. We're going to get a chance. Liam, how you doing, pal? Good to see you. Very nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Hey, these are tennis balls. Okay, sweet. So we're shooting tennis balls instead. I believe we're on this camera here. Liam, how you doing? How was your first year in the PLL, pal?
It was good. Definitely a tough ending. We lost in a really exciting overtime game to the Maryland Whip Snakes. Tough game. It was like a 7-minute straight overtime. So it was really exciting game to be a part of, but didn't really go our way at the end. So that was unfortunate, but overall good year.
I've been watching more lacrosse because of your guys' Notre Dame team, okay, and everything. Your position seems like an interesting one. These balls going over 100 miles an hour, and you're just kind of stepping in front of them. Is that just standard operating procedure? And do you wear what pads? Because your arms are always open, seemingly. How many welts? How many bruises? And are you just born to be a goalie in lacrosse? I think is that a trait you have to have, like kicker or pitcher?
Yeah, I definitely think everyone says I have a few screws loose. I've just kind of gotten used to it, getting hit a lot, having welts after the game, having to ice up and everything. So definitely the format that we're doing now, the sixes, which it's a lot close quarters, shots and step downs from like 10 yards or in. Definitely getting bruised up a lot, but it's kind of part of the job description.
Are we throwing fastballs in these close quarters to you as well?
Yes, there are plenty of those.
Okay, so there's no 2-point throws or whatever it is, but there is a lot of we got clap bombs coming right down the whole time.
Yeah, you guys got it.
Okay, well, we're about to send some to you as well, Liam. Okay, Liam's going to play goalie over there. You see that net, AJ? You see that net, the yellow throwing net we normally have? That'll act as an net. That's bigger than a lacrosse net, I do believe. Yes. Okay, it's bigger than that. We will have, and I don't know if Patty Kavanaugh should be. Yeah, he should be, actually. All right, so we shoot these tennis balls, much softer than a lacrosse ball. Lacrosse ball is obviously rock hard, brother. Rock hard, brother. So we don't want to hurt Team USA's goalie before we beat the Great Britain ass. And we beat, who else are we playing?
Colombia and Puerto Rico.
Oh shit, we're gonna beat the hell out of them. I don't want to ruin the confidence though here, Liam. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take some warm-up shots here, obviously. Then I will shoot 2, Chuck will shoot 2, Tone will shoot 2, Connor will shoot 2, and then Patty Cavanaugh will shoot 2. If he stops 7 out of the 10, okay, because we're giving him 2 goals here with Patty Cavanaugh. All right, so he has to stop 1 from us pretty much. If he stops 7 out of the 10, we will give 30 people $500 in the name of lacrosse being awesome. And we will also give away like 100 sticks somewhere. We'll donate 1,000 sticks somewhere. I don't know what the foundation will be. We'll donate 1,000 sticks somewhere. Okay? So how much are sticks? We will donate 500.
Yeah, they're a lot.
We will donate 500 sticks. Jeez Louise, 500 sticks we will donate to a foundation. I'm excited. This is a part of the problem. This is what Bruce is talking about. Holy shit. Okay, we'll go 500.
At least.
We'll donate 100. We'll donate 500 sticks and 30 people $500 if you stop 7 out of these 10, Liam. You're going to be an American hero when the Olympics happen. And right now, you can be a hero to 530 people. Good luck, Liam. Let's get some warm-up shots in here, Tom. Yeah. Oh, no, go for it. I don't think we have time for warm-up, actually. Patty Cavanaugh.
Bouncers.
This man has never done this before. What would be like a coaching tip here?
So you want to get your hands back, and I don't know if you painted before.
Yeah.
Call it paint the pipe. So you're snapping this wrist.
Paint the pipe, pal. Paint the pipe.
We're going straight over top.
Paint the pipe, dude.
Sidearm guy, though.
More of a sidearm. I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, let me try.
Is he painting the pipe? You're in this one right here. Right here. This is the line. This 3-point line here.
It's also bullshit that this stick doesn't have any tape on it.
Well, or gloves. I'm normally governed. We'll go one. You'll go one here, and then we'll obviously alternate. Paint the pipe. Holy shit! Caught it. What a save. Yeah, I mean that was a good shot. Of course, the dude just snagged it out of midair. I think we have a replay. We actually will have a replay on this if we would like to. It's going to be delayed, I bet. But he just caught that thing in midair. Look at this. Look at this catch. Look at this catch. Spins the stick. Oh my God. Hey, you're the real deal, Liam. You see the stick twirl? In your face while you were winding up. He's twirling that shit. And then he catches that thing. Okay, geez, Liam. Fucking relax, pal. All right, Chuck, let's go, pal. Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Pagano. Hey, have you ever lacrosse?
Never.
Never, okay. All right. Paint the pipe, dude. Cradle. What's that called there?
Yeah, little cradle.
Get comfortable with it, Chuck. Paint the pipe, dude. Oh, he would have got you. Hey, you would have got him, though. It hit the wall. He wouldn't, no way. He would never stop that. Okay, so we're 0 for 2 right now. No practice, brother. No practice. We don't have time. Con man, hold on. Oh, jeez, Luis. You actually played lacrosse, right?
Yeah, I played defense, though. I never shot the ball, ever.
Never in your life, not once?
Never, not once.
What age did you start playing defense for lacrosse?
As soon as I started, 5th grade.
5th grade. So you've been playing lacrosse since you're in 5th grade?
I quit for a couple of years because so much fucking running, but I got really into it 8th grade.
Okay, so the mitts might be good here, right?
They should be better. I don't know if they're good.
You think Liam...
Con can sling it.
You think Liam's sweating in his helmet right now?
I mean, to be honest, looking at him, the net should be bigger. I mean, look, this guy is the greatest lacrosse goalie in the history of the game, and when we're shooting basically on like the same size of a net, we should have doubled the size of the net.
Kind of on you. You were part of the decision to make the net size.
Well, we were going off the padding behind him, and if you see the padding's bigger than the actual net, so we had the right idea with the padding.
If you hit the padding, I think it counts.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, Liam, figure it out, pal. 7 out of 10 so far. You're 2 for 2. Go! Go! Yeah! Uh-oh! All right, 1 for 3. 1 for 3. Cavanaugh, I know you don't do a lot of offense anymore. It's kind of your thing to play defense. For the good of the people, if you could pull one home here for the good of USA, Patty. What are you thinking here in your head? He knows you. You know him. Are you playing a little mental game here on which way you're going to go? Does he know?
Yeah, me and Liam have seen a lot of each other, so I'm going to try and change it up what I usually do.
Which way are you shooting this one?
can't tell him because then he'll probably save it. So.
Yeah, but if you say it, he doesn't know if you're telling the truth or not. This is kind of like in a poker game. If you have the cards, you actually just say it. They don't believe you. Which way you're going with it?
I'll put it at his right foot here.
Okay, it's going at your right
Camera
foot.
guy's got to move.
Camera guy's got to get the hell out of the way. Team USA Lacrosse's content people are certainly nosy. I will say, if I've learned anything about them, we got cameras while Pat's talking. Just let me fucking show myself around. It is a good thing. We are pulling for Team USA. He's going towards your right foot right now. I don't know if you know that, but is he? Ooh, is he lying to him? Is there a little tension amongst Team USA? We shall see. These two have won national championships together. I don't think that went in. I think it hit the post though. I don't know. We gotta see the replay. We gotta see the replay of that. He went the opposite direction, by the way. He went the opposite direction. They said it's gonna take a little bit to build up, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that counts. All right, I'm up. Here we go. Which one's the stick? This one's the stick. Here we go. It was not a goal. After further review, it was not a goal. Oh, you got more goals against Liam than
This guy sucks, man. This guy stinks. Oh, how are you feeling? How are you feeling going into this?
After watching you guys, I thought I'd get a better grip of the whole thing, but I don't. I think you guys have all shot so differently, and I'm just gonna try to hit this thing. I was not a lacrosse player, but paint the pipe sounds good, and I'm gonna go his right foot as well.
Yeah, good call. Good call. That worked. I mean, hey, I went left side and it worked. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Oh! Oh, we're right there. It's open, though. It's open. It's open.
It would have got through. It would have got through. Okay, so we are 1 for the first 5. We have to score 3 of these.
Come on, boys.
Okay, we have to score 3 of these.
7 to 10.
Yeah, he goes 7 to 10. He's good.
Oh, shit.
So we got to score.
Oh, jeez.
We got to score 3 of the next 5. We're ready. We're prepared. Let's go, Tone Diggs.
Come on, Tony.
For the good of the people, Liam Enteman. Oh, right at him. You can't throw it right at him. Liam's going to get that every time. He's going to get that every time. We knew that.
When you shoot, does your arm go numb? Okay.
I don't know if that's good. We should probably get that checked out.
Both my wrists are broke.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I got like the pins, needles feel in the arm as well. All right, Liam. Hey, we're trying to bamboozle you here a little bit. This 3-point line. No, the 3-point line. Yeah, right there.
To be honest, this game's pretty easy.
We haven't scored. Oh, that came out real clean, though. That came out real clean. Okay, so what happens now? We got you got to score, and then I got to score. Hey, let's go, con man. You going 2 for 2 against Liam Enteman?
If that happens, I better get a fucking contract from the Cannons, baby.
No, not a Cannons, maybe Team USA.
I mean, look, I have eligibility, so I could play. I mean, I might as well go up to Notre Dame and play a season or 2.
Coach might be watching. You do this thing to Liam. All right, Liam, good luck against Con Man. He's currently 1 of 1. Oh, that was his save. I think that was a save by him. That was a really good save. Wow, that was a fast. Did that feel fast at all, Liam, or no? Did it feel fast? That was a fastball. Hey, compliment Connor. Look at this save. This is a replay, I believe. Yep, we're getting to it, and here he is. Patrick Wall we talked about earlier. Okay, so we have no chance to win the original one. How about this? We'll make it another 100 sticks. Okay, it'll be 600 sticks if Kavanaugh scores here. Okay? If Kavanaugh scores here, it'll be 600 sticks. If he does not, it'll be 500 sticks. Liam, it's whether or not you like the people, whether or not you like the sport, whether or not you like the growth of the game. Go ahead, Patty Kavanaugh. It'll be 600 either way, pal. Goal. Hey, congratulations. We appreciate you. We're going to buy 600 sticks. I believe it'll be around $150,000, we just heard. So we will donate those somewhere, and then we will also give 30 people $500 who use the hashtag USA Lacrosse starts now, something. Right? Is this the first? How many USA you did the World Cups? The lacrosse road to the Olympics. What are we on right now? This is a campaign towards the Olympics?
Yeah, I think the Olympics are in 2028, so this is kind of the first of many training camps. for the next few years. And if I had to guess, they'll probably do the final tryout or create the final roster at, say, 2027, and then have them train for a full year together, if I had to guess.
Okay, hashtag the lacrosse road to the Olympics. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Screenshot what's happening on the screen right now. Hey, how we doing? Boys. Hashtag the lacrosse road to the Olympics. You could be added to be one of the 30 winners of $500. We'll donate the 600 sticks to spread the game. We can't thank you enough for stopping by. Good luck this weekend. Beat the hell out of Puerto Rico, Colombia, and Great Britain. And we can't be losing to Canada. We can't be losing to Canada for the good of this show.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys are awesome. See you, Kavanaugh. All right. Chuck, let's do these picks, baby. Those kids were great.
Yeah, it's a fun sport. It's a good time.
AJ.
Goalie feels impossible, by the way. I don't know how anyone plays goalie in lacrosse.
Yeah, but how do you see it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they make stops. I don't know.
It's not
crazy.
just luck either. It didn't feel like it was just luck there. Their social media team was on it. I mean, they started showing themselves around.
Walked in.
I think they won. Started doing a full do-si-do. That was great to see. I'm just watching humans I don't know walk around Thunderdome while we're talking here. It's like trying to get good content, trying to spread the game, trying to make sure people know that in 2028, the Olympics have lacrosse and we're going to win. Gumpy, I didn't like that conversation about Canada beating us, though.
Tried to warn you guys. Canada's good at lacrosse, brother. Good at hockey. That's what we do.
Yeah, you're not as good as the United States are now because we got the Kavanaugh boys leading the way.
Amen.
Well, hopefully with all those sticks, they can get better.
4 years from now, I don't know if the people we're giving the sticks to are going to be ready for the Olympics, but you know what? Maybe.
They might be. They might be that good.
All right, as we wrap up this glorious Thursday, there's only one thing we need to do. Chuck Pagano, we need to know what your pick is. You're 4-1 against the spread. We got an NFC West battle happening here tonight on Prime. Niners, Seahawks. Niners favored by 3.5. Chuck Pagano, what are your thoughts going in? And have you waffled at all in this process?
Can we look at the tail of the tape real quick?
Absolutely.
So we got total offense up there, pretty close. I mean, I think both offenses are very explosive. You got two good runners in Walker and Charbonnet at Seattle. They haven't used them last 2 weeks in these losses that they've had. So I think there's going to be an emphasis on the run game. Offensive line for Seattle, left side's really good. Right side, they've got a third-teamer at right tackle, Stone Forsythe. He's going to be a good player. He's just young and doesn't have a lot of reps. The right guard has struggled a little bit. They gave up 7 sacks last week, 18 on the season. Total defense, pretty close. Points scored, points allowed, very, very close. You can see that. Red zone offense has been a Achilles heel for San Fran this year. Last year, they were number one in red zone offense, San Francisco's offense.
To your point, here is some stats from Hembo whenever you ask, hey, can I get some comparison numbers from Hembo for the 49ers in the red zone? Last year, they scored touchdowns at 67% clip, number one in the NFL. This year, 41%, which is 29th in the NFL. 41% would be the worst performing red zone offense Kyle has ever had in his coaching career. Brock Purdy red zone QBRs last year, 79.5. This year, 47.6. Here is now where we dive into the details. Christian McCaffrey had 75 red zone touches last season. That's the most in the NFL. And he scored 18 touchdowns on those plays. That's tied for the most in the NFL. No team in the NFL has generated a lower yards after catch rate, percentage of receiving yards from Yak than San Francisco, 30%, bizarrely low for a Kyle team. Don't know if that ties exactly into the red zone, but the offense inefficiencies potentially from what they used to be to what they are now is certainly a story to be told. Christian McCaffrey might be a big reason why. He did everything for him. This year you don't have that weapon in the red zone.
No, and they're missing him. They got Mason who can run the ball, but he's not the receiver that McCaffrey is out of the backfield, obviously. So the other thing that Hembo got us the stat on 12 personnel and 13 personnel. If you watch that game close last week against Arizona came back and beat these guys in the fourth quarter, beat San Fran, right? They were in a lot of 12 and 13 personnel and had a lot of success on the ground. So I think it's 300 and...
Yeah, so 12 personnel is one running back, 2 tight ends. Okay, 13 personnel, 1 running back, 3 tight ends. So we're talking heavy, not as many wide receivers, you see. 49ers have allowed 317 rush yards, which is 31st in the NFL, at 5.6 yards a clip, versus 12 and 13 personnel. So they've not been able to stop the big meat, is what it sounds like. Is that what people were saying and thinking?
And they could do an extra O lineman. Seattle's got 3 tight ends: Noah Fant, Farrell Brown, and A.J. Barner, who's a rookie out of Michigan. 6'6", 250 pounds. So he knows how to run block coming out of Michigan, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So if Mike McDonald said, "Hey, Grubby, we need to run the ball. We need to run it. We need to run it. We try to slow this game down. We saw the time of possession." That would be something that I would look for as far as San Fran goes. Now, San Fran, Kyle Shanahan, he went up against Mike McDonald a year ago when Mike McDonald was the D coordinator in Baltimore. They picked Shanahan and Purdy off 4 times last year.
Whoa. We thought the defense did their thing.
So now they went back and they looked at that tape, and they looked at that tape hard and saw, the good stuff, and they saw the bad stuff. There's going to be opportunities, I think, for, San Francisco to get right in the red area. You're going to see a lot of split safety stuff from Mike McDonald down there. They had their chances a year ago. They scored a touchdown late. There's injuries that play a factor in this. The kicker for San Fran's out. Jake Moody's out. And do you know this guy, Matthew Wright?
Yep, been around.
So he's been around. He's 40 of 47 in his career on field goals. He's got a long of 59.
Urban Meyer's first win ever. Matthew Wright.
In London.
In London.
Played for the Steelers for a little bit. He's good.
Makes kicks.
Yeah.
So
not enough.
That's not
It's
like
cut.
not having a dude, right?
But you get it. He can make kicks. He can make kicks, which is good.
Ward got nicked up last week. Rookie came in and played for him a little bit. He's got a question mark, Travarius Ward. That would be a big loss. They've already ruled out Hufanga. He hurt his wrist last week, and he's out. And he's got a rookie playing for him, Mustafa. Pretty good player, Wake Forest kid. He's like a bullet coming downhill. It's interesting. And for Seattle, I mentioned their O-line, their defensive line. They've been without some dudes. Byron Murphy, their first-round pick out of Texas, I believe, big stud D tackle. He's not going to play tonight. Greek Woolen, yeah. We talked about Con Man, right?
Oh yeah,
he's out. They've got some other guys. Derek Hall, who's their leading sacker, is questionable for this game. He went out of the last game. He's questionable.
Mafe
is supposed to be. Mike McDonald's last press conference said, "Hey, look, we know they don't practice on a short week. It's all walkthrough, hats on backwards, all that kind of stuff." But he was optimistic that Mafe would be back. So that would be a huge boost for Seattle as far as trying to get some pressure on Purdy.
Okay, so you've pointed out a few things all day to us.
Mm-hmm. And both teams, right? Explosive receivers. Mm-hmm. DK, Lockett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, right, for Seattle. Oh, yeah. I mean, they got weapons. Yeah. Okay, and Noah Fant's not a bad tight end. Then you got Kittle, you got Debo, you got Ayuk, who had a huge game.
Yeah, he's back.
Mm-hmm. He's back. He got a huge game last week against Arizona, and Juwan Jennings is no slouch. So you got a chance against some secondaries that are beat up, good players but are missing some people. You got a chance. Tone, you were talking about the over-under, 49.5, whatever. Some points being scored in this thing. So if you can't pick a side, you might want to, just have a little safe something on the over.
Would like to add an extra bet here, over 49.5 for Chuck Pagano. With all that being said, who do you like?
San Fran's 3-0, their last 3 outings on Thursday night, prime time. Seattle played 2 of them last year, a Thanksgiving game plus their Thursday nighter. They're 0-4 their last 4 Thursday nights.
Yeah, new coach.
In prime time.
Yeah, was that 2 years ago?
2 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, I forget.
I think it was 2023. I don't.
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah, because we hit the parlay.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah, so it had to be 2 years ago.
2 years ago then, yeah.
Yeah, because Kittle scored that touchdown.
Yeah.
We went crazy. That was an awesome place.
Great.
Seattle's an awesome stadium. That is great. Going to be a tough place to play.
Is that Lumen?
I believe.
Lumen Field, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loud, 12th man?
Loud.
Yeah. Loud.
You know why? Because it's built like this. It's built like this, straight up and
I think
down.
Mike McDonald is going to be an all-star in this league as a head football coach. He came in as obviously a great coordinator. What he did last year at Baltimore obviously got him this job. I mean, they were phenomenal. But I just can't see with, the losses that they have, the injuries that they have. They're on a little bit of a slide. San Fran coming in. I think they've been to a few NFC championships over the last couple of years, right? Kyle Shanahan,
Super Bowl,
Bosa, Fred Warner, Trent White, Purdy, all those guys we talked about. I can't see them not coming in here and getting this job done and covering. So I'm going to take San Fran and give the 3.5.
With the 75% of the public, might we add Chuck Pagano? Over 60% public bets this past weekend won 7-2. So has the tide turned on the public appearance? Maybe. Chuck likes them. 75% of the people like them. AJ Hawk, do you like the Niners? Minus 3.5.
Yeah, I was definitely leaning Niners before Chuck, laid it all out for me, and it's just reinforcing my decision. I like the Niners minus 3.5, obviously, on the road. I think even their offense may take a few more shots at the end zone with Jake Moody being out, and who knows how far they think the new guy can kick. I don't know. Let's go on fourth down a few times. Let's take some shots at the end zone.
I like it. I will roll the same direction as you two, and I'll be on the Niners minus 3.5 to start this week 6 of the NFL Pick'em for you and me, AJ. We haven't been the greatest, but we've been doing it.
We've been doing it. I've been doing it. I've been giving picks. I've been doing it.
We've been making decisions.
We've been making decisions.
Yeah,
right or wrong.
People aren't giving us credit for that.
But this usually is what happens, too. When you guys do have an off week, typically the next week it is.
We see the field.
It's a big bounce back.
And we agree tonight with Chuck Pagano and the people. God, we're set up for success. Before we get out of here, I didn't expect this, but this is a reminder. Okay. No one does. Al Pizza the Hut.
No one ever will.
The My Hut box, available now in some places, I guess, most places, but your place might not have it because it's a franchise decision, I think. But you should have the My Hut box if it's a good pizza, which it is. Everyone is. Do the My Hut box. Look at all the food that's coming. Personal pan with some boneless.
What? Shit.
Holy hell.
That's all you need.
Can't wait for our pepperoni thin crust. Hand-tossed, original pan, breadsticks,
What?
bone-in wings,
What?
boneless wings,
What?
French fries.
What?
Everything arrives right out here. I'll tell you what, once Pizza Hut enters the room, everybody's mood elevates.
Brings people together, brings families together.
Yeah.
Come around the box,
Yep.
It's like a water trough in the desert. You go there and you see and you mingle.
Yeah.
Whenever Pizza Hut shows up here, that's what it's like. Everybody just comes in. And once you're there, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. How was your day? Day was great. Did you hear what this guy's? All of a sudden, now what we're doing, we're talking. Now we're bonding. Now we're relating. Now we're unifying. And you know why? Because no one.
And I mean no one.
Al Pizza's the Hut. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get out of here, it is a celebration.
Oh, yeah.
There's a man in the back who does a lot of things here for the program. He's a tech wizard. He seemingly knows the piping of buildings before walking into them. He knows how to put us live on the air in a parking lot if need be, in the middle of no service. He helps communicate with us and everybody that encounters our program. He calls himself the director of morale. 6th man off the bench. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Zito's birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday,
Zito. Hell yeah.
Happy birthday, Zito.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Need to light the candles again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Need to light the candles again. Need to light the candles again. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Z.
Happy birthday, Z.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
No problem.
It's tough
Happy
to remember
birthday.
to light the candles.
Yeah, birthday cake.
It's his first birthday.
Well, he lit the candles and I saw him lighting them over here. And before he got out of my view, which is pretty quick, those things were already blown out.
Yeah.
From like the Thunderdome, probably the heater that's on air running through here.
We can adjust that back down, Pat.
Heck is your.
As soon as we get back there again.
A little bit hot in here.
Oh.
A little hot in here now, isn't it?
I'm telling you, both your deals work outstanding. I mean, you don't need a checkup anytime soon.
Both your deals. Happy birthday, Zito. We already did a giveaway with the Kavanaugh boys and Liam Entenman in USA Lacrosse. Chuck, do you want to do it? I think Chuck needs to. Don't you think?
Hell yeah.
Come on, man. Did not want it to happen.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
You don't want Chuck to do a giveaway?
No, I do.
I would like Chuck to try one too.
Yeah.
Did you hit last week?
Mm-hmm.
You did hit this way. Was it this way, if I recall?
Oh, then you don't have to do it again.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? You want to throw again?
It's up to you, boys.
All right, let's do a vote. AJ, you want to do it?
Yes.
Me too. All right, let's do it. Let's do a giveaway.
Better than boxing.
Okay.
What is...
I ain't fighting Ugly Joe ever again.
Let's get that virtual reality.
I would love to do that.
Let's get the Oculus
Come
out.
on. Boy, likes to stir it.
I don't know how you didn't knock that guy out, though. That was the thing. He's...
I don't know how I didn't pass out.
Or die.
Or die.
Yeah, but you beat him up. Remember, Oculus, good exercise. If you get in there, you can actually box things. And they had a tough chin whenever Chuck went into that. I mean, Ugly Joe was standing.
You
tall.
didn't show me how to do it until after I went to 3 rounds. And then you got the thing on and showed me, hey, he's hands down. Boom, you got to come over here. And he was down. He was down. He was down. I needed a little bit.
Overhand right throw all the time. Yep.
All
You
the
made
time.
me go 6 minutes.
Nah, you got to set him up a little bit.
I think you went 9 minutes, Chuck.
head.
Yeah, it was 9. It was 9.
Was it?
Yeah, full 9.
Yeah.
Jesus. It felt
Hey,
like-
we're proud of you,
I
though.
was going to pass out.
You answered the bell every single time.
Yes,
Literally, that's what I mean. You answered the bell.
No, I thought, to be honest, I was like one deal, right? And then, hey,
Here it
nice
is.
job.
Is this a little PTSD or no?
Ooh, man.
Holy shit. So good.
There's Chuck fighting Ugly Joe in the Oculus.
Jab. See, you see, you don't go body, brother. You see
Look
that?
at how bad that right hook
Teach
was.
tape right here.
Oh.
Look, the body's wide open.
That was, I think we learned a lot about you that day, though. We learned a lot. You got to go right around. You see, you got to go right
No,
around.
I'm not even hitting. Like,
You got to go right around. You got to go looping right to these AI bastards. All right, we're not boxing. We'll do
Okay,
football.
Go.
Chuck, if you throw a football into that hoop, whichever one you want to throw it into, we'll give another 30 people $500.
Hell yeah.
Holy hell.
which one do you think? Do we stay with the one we get?
Yeah, I would ride with
Yeah.
the same one until you.
I will say, only getting 3 opportunities here. Okay? Because we had the lacrosse giveaway. So I think 3 opportunities.
Grateful for 3 tries.
No, I feel grateful that you're going to give us 3 good tries. Not going to need it, though. Only going to need 1. You put that ball into that hoop right over there. 30 people, $500. Oh.
Nice, good
Me
ball.
too.
Good ball, though.
Good start.
That looked good.
AJ's got a little motivational speech for you, pal.
Chuck, that was a beautiful, nice, aggressive throw. If you could inch your way back to that microphone, we would just like to know: are you truly fluent in Japanese? And also, happy belated birthday to Connie. And today is my mom's birthday as well. So Z,
That was all.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Hawk.
Mrs. Hawk.
yes,
Happy birthday.
Hi.
That's yes in Japanese.
Yep.
okay.
He answered your question. Happy birthday to everybody that has a birthday today. Obviously, we'd like them to enjoy the hell out of it.
Unless they're bad.
Unless you're bad
Unless
people.
you're a bad person.
Hope you have bad birthday.
Even if you're bad.
Terrible.
No, bad. I hope it's bad birthday if you're a bad person. But to all the good people out there, which is the large majority of our society, happy birthday if today's your birthday. Zito, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Z.
Mrs. Hawk, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Hawk.
Happy birthday.
Good birthday.
Happy
man.
belated, Connie.
Yep.
Proposition to ask you. 2 throws left, right?
Yep.
Can I have 1 at the hoop and then 1 at the rock?
Yep. That's the Rock's bin over there. The final boss's bin. Obviously, that'll have it. But don't be thinking ahead. You need to be in this game.
Focus on the moment.
You're in this moment right now. Okay, all
Can't
right.
think too far in the future.
All right. Okay, yeah. Be where your feet are. Chuck Pagano! No, you weren't. You were looking for the
Yeah, you were already
You're
on
looking
the
for the
bin.
rock.
Come on.
He knows
Blow
it.
your shoulder
I
out.
like it.
One play at a time,
Oh,
Cole.
my
fuck is
God.
this?
Don't look at the scoreboard. Don't judge. 60 minutes, all you got. 1 play at a time.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, you did. You did as
That
soon
was
as
a
you asked for the
bullshit
bin.
throw, Coach.
Unbelievable.
Bullshit throw.
Unbelievable. This is the one, though. You've been looking forward to it for a while now.
Yes.
All day, it sounds like.
Who wouldn't want to play catch with the rock?
Did you score any lacrosse goals either? No. You know
Nope.
why? Because he was looking forgood to
He's
this.
looking at the bin like, I'm going
Gee.
to
Broke my fucking wrist.
Me too. Lacrosse thing, yeah, paint it.
No, I ain't.
Yeah, I ain't doing no way. Something like Good sport though. Hey, 6s coming to the Olympics.
Here we go.
You guys were talking. I should get that one over.
You want to hustle your way into another one? No, you're going for the bin. Remember, we're looking for the bin.
Already onto the bin.
You throw it in the final boss's bin. Guess what? 30 people, $500, Chuck. That's right. Small.
Oh.
That was really good effort out of you. Really good.
Off the rim.
Good job, Chuck.
If you weren't too focused on the bin on that second throw, I bet that second throw.
We
was-
can't be doing Pizza Hut commercials before Chuck throws.
No.
Because you saw the way his eyes lit up whenever he thought about a Pizza Hut pie.
Yeah, he said, who cares about this?
And then he started looking for the bin. He started doing this. He started moving on. He made his pick, too, right?
Oh,
after?
yeah.
Yeah.
He was already on to week 7. He was acting like week 6 didn't even exist.
What's this all about?
I don't know. I don't like it.
What's that all about? You're looking ahead? You're not looking right now?
Miami finally scored a win, and now we got to hear from Gump.
Okay.
I mean, he was so quiet until that. I mean, I'm happy for you, but hell.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it. Hey, the U won, too. We're good.
Oh, big win. Big win for the U.
Down 35-10?
That was
you guys
tough.
quit cheating, Chuck.
Yeah, you guys are getting calls every week. That's good. I know it's not normal probably for the
You
Hurricanes.
see Michael on his hands, and he's a
No, what?
classic.
No, what do you mean? What do you mean? What he was down doing what?
See, I use dude wipes too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Smart play.
Yep.
You didn't waffle today. That's good news. The road to lacrosse? Trending number 3 right now.
Hell yeah.
We knew that was happening.
Uh-huh.
The lacrosse road to the Olympics.
Always had legs.
Always. Shout out to the hashtag the lacrosse road to the Olympics.
Boom.
It was planned all along.
Yep.
This is for that. See you tomorrow. All right. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice that might change their life, like dude wipes. If you haven't done the dude wipes thing yet, do it. Dude it. Dude it.
Yeah.
AJ, you're doing it, right?
Yeah, of course. Who isn't?
That's what I'm saying. If you haven't, you need to be.
Fools.
Because your cheeks will say thank you, which we would like to say to everybody out there. Happy birthday, Zito.
Happy birthday, Z.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody Z.
We're in this thing together. Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.